Peace. Well, I'm back with another live episode of Final Sam, your host, the enlightened one, highly gifted Dr. Wright. So tonight, I want to get into is drama and negativity. Is that holding more weight than positivity and education? So I'm gonna give a few people some time to check in before I do what I do. But yeah, that's what I want to know, guys. I want to know is negativity and drama superseding positivity in education, not just on the internet and life, because a lot of times, we like to feed into negativity. From my perspective, it should be easier to ignore negativity, headaches, and or drama. How come it should be easier? Because at the end of the day, you don't want that in your life or you don't want to be a part of that. It shouldn't be so hard to worry about that. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in I don't let what others say and do get the best of me. You know what I mean? Definitely something that doesn't apply to me or is not true. You know what I mean? Now I'm not saying if it's true, I'm going to feed into it. However, it's ways to deal with things that could be, should be, or would be true pertaining to yourself. You know what I mean? And no matter what that truth may be, there's ways to deal with it. Just to come to the internet or to go to your job or to go to a family member house or to deal with it the way that we accustomed to dealing with things, we got to take other steps, and other precautions on how to deal with circumstances and or situations and or people in certain circumstances and or situations. And those people could mean a lot to us, children, parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents, spouses, husband, wives, girlfriend, boyfriend, so on and so forth. So it's just a way that, we gotta, learn how to deal with certain things and not always just look to be negative or be combative in reference to, the negativity and or the drama. And there's ways to stay positive, stay productive, and do what you do at the end of the day. So, like I said, I'm gonna give some people some time to check in and chime in and to see what's going on in reference to this topic. Otherwise, I pray that everybody out there that have been checking out my live streams, they go back and they view them. Like I said, if you're unable to view them straight through, try to view them. If it's 2 hours, try to view them in 20 minutes, 20-minute segments. You watch the first 20 minutes. If you're still intrigued, then you go back, you watch another 20 minutes, so on and so forth, or half an hour, or whatever is suitable for you, wherever you may be in your life right now. If you have that time to do that, I would highly appreciate that. Also, it helps my platform, it helps the watch hours, and since my platform is not like others where it's not like monetized on no level, I would definitely appreciate the watch time. I definitely appreciate the comments and the likes and the shares, and in regards to those comments or in regards to those likes, they're free. I mean, the sharing is not really too free because you have to put it on your channel or your platform. So understand that you may not want to share, but the liking is free. The comment is free. You know what I mean? And definitely to subscribe is free. So, if I was you guys, I would try to take advantage of that while, that is still available, the free subscription aspect and the like as well. You know what I mean? Not saying that when it's not like that, that I won't appreciate it, but it will be different. Maybe now, once I get monetized, I'm understanding and learning that it's things that come with that, memberships and et cetera, et cetera. And people may like me or my platform, but may not want to become a member. And I get it. So if you do it now and show me the love and show me the support now before any of that kicks in, I definitely read my comments. I may not read them the same day or the next day, but eventually I'll get to them. And when I get to them, I try to read them all. You know what I mean? So therefore, I can give everybody feedback or I could respond back. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there for everybody. And also, I'm thankful for everybody who have viewed any of my music. I have a lot more coming. I was accustomed to putting 2 songs up, but I'm not gonna do that. For a minute now, I'm probably just put one. To give everybody an opportunity to really listen and get a chance to digest my music. I don't want to overcrowd or oversaturate, my channel with a bunch of music. I really want to give people opportunity to listen and enjoy and, have some time to really, listen to it enough to get accustomed to what I'm saying and the beat, the rhymes, the hooks, etc., etc. And like I've been said, and I'm gonna continuously say, nobody in the universe on the atlas can listen to a song one time, even if they say they dislike it or they say they do like it, and really get a full understanding. So if you can, try to listen to the songs, as many times as possible, so you can really understand if you dislike it, what you dislike it. If you really like it, what you really like it. Not to just say, you like my song because you like me, or you dislike my song because you dislike me, or you like my platform and or my channel, but you may dislike my music. And I don't have a problem with that. Peace, my brother. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate you. Shalom, my brother. What I was saying before you checked in, Malik, was that anybody out there that's listening to my music, whether you like me on my platform or whether you dislike me on my platform, there's nobody on the planet Earth, on the atlas, on the globe that can listen to a track or album 1 or 2 times to say they dislike or they like something. So I was saying that anybody that's been nice enough to like any one of my songs or leave a comment saying they like it, I would really appreciate it if they could listen to it enough to really, really understand what they're listening to and really understand if they really like it, or vice versa if they really dislike it. Because when I was coming up listening to hip hop or music or R&B or whatever genre of music it was, I might have said I liked the song, but I had to really, really listen to it enough times to get an understanding. And for people that do listen to music like that, you don't get to know the words overnight, or you don't get to know the hook overnight, or you don't get fond of listening to tracks or music just 1 or 2 or 3 times. You have to listen to it a few times. And then, I'm aware that sometimes people also listen to music with or around other people. So at the end of the day, I would appreciate it if people would give me that same opportunity. You know what I mean? Yes, I have to listen. Right, exactly. That's my point. That's my point right there. And I would appreciate it if people would be nice enough and kind enough to give me that same opportunity and do me as if you did others that you were starting to like, or people that were starting to grow on you. Treat this like as this my first project ever. Don't treat it like it's somebody that's out that you've been listening to for 10 years, 15 years, 5 years. Give me the same respect, patience, and tolerance and due process as you would do somebody that's a new artist to you. Don't just say, "Well, I heard it's all right." Like you didn't do that to another artist that you listened to when you first thought they was okay, or you thought they was all right, or you probably didn't even pay them no mind until something they did pique your interest. So whatever I may have done or doing that's pique your interest, just from a music standpoint, just give me that same due process. You know what I mean? And don't allow somebody now to say, "Man, we listen to that's whack," and then don't let them distract you, and don't let somebody say I'm hot and listen to me. Listen to me on your own time, your own merit. And then if you dislike something or like something, and you may want to take it to somebody, well, you tell me what you think about it. I would appreciate that, but don't let nobody influence you into liking me, and don't let nobody influence you to disliking me. You know what I mean? I'm just a firm believer in that, because when I listen to music, when I was younger and as I got older, I don't listen to music as much as I used to. But when I do now, or when I did, I always listen to it alone. And I'm gonna be honest, majority of the times when I did it, I used to smoke weed. So now, or when I stopped smoking weed, it gave me a different perspective when I was listening to the music. So I didn't need a drink or a blunt or something to influence me to want to listen to anything or anybody. And I did that by myself anyway. Majority of the times I smoked by myself. So when I listened to somebody's album, I made sure that I gave them that due process. You know what? I'm really gonna sit back. I'm gonna listen to this album. I'm gonna listen to it on Friday and Saturday. I'm gonna listen to the whole album straight through. Then I'm gonna listen to it again. Then whatever songs that I thought that I liked, or or I thought that I wanted to listen to on a consistent basis. Yes, I did listen to those songs, but I try to let some other songs play to give them an opportunity to really, yeah, I ain't okay. Even if I like the album, if the album had 15 tracks, hypothetically speaking, okay, if I like 7 songs off that album, the other 8 that I probably didn't want to listen to, I still listen to them enough so I could really say to myself, I don't like the beat, or I don't like the hook, or I don't like what they talking about. You see what I'm saying? Instead of me just saying, I like this song, so I'm just going to listen to this. So it gave me some time to really do the due process of listening to that person's project. I didn't just go off what my people's thought, or my cousin thought, or my uncle thought, or whoever. I listened to it on my own. Now, what they thought is what they thought, and when I got with them, or they got with me, and we talked about an album, you know what I mean? It wasn't just like, okay, you know what? Because you don't like such and such song, I don't like it, or because I think that song hot now, or you think that song hot, I'm going to think it's hot. I didn't do that with no artist, and I'm not going to name artists because people know I don't do that on my platform, so I'm not going to single nobody out. But I didn't let somebody influence me to dislike or to like somebody. I like things and music on my own, whether that was hip hop, rap, R&B, with soul music, with whatever the genre was. I listened to it on my own. Now I may have heard music from being around aunts, uncles, my moms, my pops, things of that nature, but that didn't influence me to like it or to dislike it. You know what I mean? Now, if something's played around you a lot, maybe it will grow on you. That happens to people as well. You know what I mean? It's like, you might not be into sports, but if somebody always watch sports around you, you may start to pay it a little bit more attention. You know what I mean? That don't mean you like it or dislike it. You're just paying a little bit more attention. So that's why I'm asking for whoever's, may see this live now or even see it on the playback and they listening to any of my songs. I would appreciate it if they give me that due process because from me to them, this would be them for their first time hearing me, unless you somebody that know I made music previously from this platform, which is Final Say TV, and you know I already made music, and that's different. I'm gonna know because more than likely they're gonna leave a comment, or more than likely if they do leave a comment, they're gonna let me know, yo, this is such and such, this me. Yo, remember when you used to put music on your other page? Yo, this me. I'm showing you some love, or now this what you're doing with your music. More than likely they're gonna try to say something so they can get my attention, so I can know that they caught up to where I'm at now with my process with music. Because, like I said before I started Final Say, I used to make music. So now it's not that I stopped making music. I had to switch up my energy and switch up my format or how I make music. I don't want my music to offend anybody. I want to make real good and feel good music, and music that come from my soul, and music that come from my spirit. So when somebody else hear it, I could connect with them on a soulful level or a spiritual level. That's what I wanted to do, and I didn't want my music to bring nobody down. I don't want to be dropping n bombs. I don't want, and I'm not saying I'm not going to curse at all, and I'm not saying I'm not going to drop n bombs at all. But I'm working on not doing that because that's relevant to me, because I don't want to distract somebody else that may want to requote or re-recite my music that don't look like me. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want somebody to be like, well, I want to listen to it, I want to say it, but I can't be in my house or around my kids or around my family or around my girl or at my job saying in this and that. You see what I'm saying? So if I say dude or a person or people, now it becomes a little bit more recitable, re-recitable or requotable, and that's important to me where I'm at with my music right now. So I just wanted to just tell you that, Malik. That's what I was talking about prior to you prior to you checking in. It says 2 people in here. So I know you in the building, Malik. I don't know who else is with you, but they don't have to say anything. I appreciate them for stopping by. You know what I mean? And checking out the live stream. But yeah, so at the end of the day, the title, says about, do people like drama and negativity over positivity and education? Why I put that title is because, from what I'm understanding, and this is just not connected to the YouTube, this could be at a job, this could be with family, this could be with sports. From what I'm seeing, and like I said, I do a lot of homework and research. So from a lot of homework and research that I'm doing in reference to this topic that's in the caption, is that it's easier for somebody to have a say so in somebody else's situation and or circumstance. So it's easy for a dude to tell another dude, yo, if that was my girl, I would do this. If that was my little brother, I would do this. If that was my sister, I would say this. If that was my crib, it's easy for somebody else to do that. It's easy for somebody else to check in. Jane Blogs, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in to the live stream. I appreciate you, friend. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thanks for the shout out. I appreciate you for tuning in. You know what I mean? Thanks a million. So before you tuned in, Jane, I was saying that it's easy for a lot of people to comment or have a say so in somebody else's situation. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate that. So it's easy for somebody else to tell somebody else what to do. Same thing with women or females. It's easy for them to say, girl, if that was my man, or if that was my baby daddy, or if that was my husband, or if that was my job, or girl, if that was my household. It's easy for somebody to say that in somebody else's circumstances, in somebody else's situation. Thanks for the shout out, Jane. I appreciate you. So it's easy for somebody else to do that, man. Like it's easy for somebody to tell somebody else how to operate, and it ain't their circumstances, and it ain't their situation. And I'm understanding that based around homework and research that I do. So that's why I put what I put in the caption about the drama and the negativity, because from my perspective, now if something a fact, I'm gonna say facts, or I'm gonna say that's 100% true. But from my perspective, people do that because they're more comfortable about speaking about somebody else or somebody else's life than their own life. See, I'm comfortable with speaking about me and my life because I know me better than anybody except for God. You know what I mean? And I want to be able to deal with God and want to deal with what God has for me. And I want to be the person that God has seen me best to be in God's eyes. So I can't worry about somebody else's circumstances and or situation. And I used to be like that. You know what I mean? So I get it. Like I could talk to my boy or my cousin, and they could say, "Yo, son, yo, my girl did, or my shorty said, or my baby moms, or my man tried to tell me," and it's like I could give them feedback at one point, but I had to grow up to understand and mature to learn. If I can't give them the good advice or suggestions just based around just something for them, and it's not to isolate the other person that they're speaking to me about, but I'm saying I have to speak to them for their best interest. Like, look, well, I'm saying I really, maybe you telling me, and sometimes people tell you things not always for a response. People just looking for somebody to talk to, or sometimes people telling you just for your perspective, or sometimes people are telling you for feedback or for information. But not every time somebody tell you something, they want a response from you about who they talking about or what they talking about. But now getting back into what I would tell somebody that would come to me, the more I matured, it's like, you know what? I'm saying if that's really your friend, you could talk to them about it. Or if that's really, your girl or your baby moms or your wifey or your husband or your supervisor, talk to them about it. And if you're unable to talk to them about it, I mean, it's a way that you got to figure out how to handle it. I'm not saying coming to me was wrong, or I'm not saying I don't want to talk to you about it, but I'm saying maybe if I mean, if you find a constructive, productive way to deal with them or to deal with this, maybe you can get some answers, and maybe you can get some sort of resolution for whatever it is at the end of the day. And again, I had to mature up to understand that at the end of the day. That's why I said before about sports, and because I'm gonna go here. At the end of the day, you still there, Malik? I just want to make sure that I'm speaking to you. I don't know if Jane's still there, but at the end of the day, it's like this. When you watch sports nowadays, you get a lot of people that is able to critique athletes that never played sports. So you get people that's able to critique a football player they never played football. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. I just want to make sure, because the last time you was nice enough to check in, you brought up sports. So, I want to speak on that, and I want to get into the negativity aspect of that. Like a lot of times when people watch sports, you have people that never played sports on a professional level. Like I played high school sports, or I played, for my local team when I was in junior high, whatever, whatever. But and again, it's not that I can't play basketball or I can't play football. I can't play. I'm not saying that, but on the level of a professional baseball player. So for me to get on a platform and say, well, this person can't really play, and then I have the audacity to compare them to somebody else that's just as professional as them, but better than them. It's like the same thing with music. Like, how can I compare another artist to another artist and I make music? I know how hard it is to make an album. Like, even if somebody may say my album is trash, I'm not here to debate that. But if they unable to make an album, how they really gonna tell me my album is trash? So if you really didn't play sports on that level, how you gonna tell somebody they really can't hit a baseball, or they really can't pitch, or they really can't throw a football, or they really can't shoot threes in the NBA, or they really can't dunk? It's gonna be hard to determine that if you can't do it on a level, because you have to you have to understand how hard it is to make it to the NBA, or to make it to the NFL, or to rub shoulders with record executives, or to get somebody to even consider to sign you to a record or recording contract. So even if you can get to an office where the A&Rs is at, and where the record executives is at, and they tell you, nah, we heard your project, we don't want to sign you. Some people that make music, I never make it to that point. So now, if you made it to that point, and if you got to office, if you got to Sony's office, or Universal office, or to Job office, or to Epic office, and somebody else never even made it that far, how they gonna tell you that you whack, or how they gonna tell you you don't got what it takes? You made it. For you to make it to office, somebody had to take something you said serious. So for you to make it to the D League or the G League, somebody thought you could play, because they wouldn't even say, yo, you know what, we're gonna put you on the practice squad, or we're gonna put you on the G League. Like, everybody can't make the G League, let alone the NBA, or let alone the practice squad. So it ain't easy to do that. So for somebody that never done it on that, I'm not saying never done it, but on that level, that to me, that's being negative, and that's bringing drama. Because now, if you never made it on that level, how can you really sit back and say, well, such and such can't really play? Well, you try to do what that person did, and let's see your results at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So I had to understand that about music. So that's why I was thankful that I didn't let, family or friends or people say, well, if you don't get signed, you ain't no real artist. That's how you see it. I don't see it like that. I see it, as long as I can make music, and I know that when I did, or when I do rub shoulders with other people that's perfecting their craft, and they're working on the art of music making, I'm good. Because it's some people that make a rhyme better than me, but they don't know how to make songs. And there may be some people that I can rhyme better than, but they know how to make better songs than me. And maybe some people that could do the combination of both, that can rhyme better than me and make better songs, but they don't know how to format an album. You know what I mean? So it may be some people that could dribble and that could shoot, but they don't know how to pass. It may be some people that could dribble and pass, but don't know how to shoot. It's different in various different situations. It's not everything. It's not going to be the same for everybody. Everybody could do something better than somebody else in life. God made us unique in our own ways like that at the end of the day. But that don't mean, because somebody could shoot better than somebody, that don't mean that they could actually play basketball better than that person. Or just because somebody could throw a football better than somebody, that don't mean that they could play the quarterback position better than somebody else. Or if somebody could run faster, that don't mean that they're better track and field starters. That don't mean that. But we look at it like that. And if you're going to compare them to somebody else, of course they're not going to look as good, or they're going to look better. But if you compare them to them, now we're getting somewhere. Now I compare me to me. I don't compare me to nobody on YouTube, because it's going to be people that got more subscribers, that got a better setup, that got a better background, that can articulate and speak to people way better than me. That's going to be more comfortable with speaking to people way better than me. That don't mean nothing to me. Salute to them for that, but that don't mean nothing to me, and vice versa. It shouldn't mean nothing to them. But I'm understanding and I'm learning that people feed off of that adrenaline, because now that gives them a talking point to say, well, this person dirty, or this person stink, or this person don't really got nowhere to live, or this person this. It's like it's like at the end of the day, I prefer to speak positivity. I prefer to speak about education. I can't knock what somebody else is going to do. That's on them. But from the homework and the research that I'm doing, it's easier to speak about negativity. It's easy to speak about drama. You draw more people in, because now other people are going to sit back and listen to you talk about other people. So I could imagine, like, as I matured in life, what I have to start telling my family, and what I used to tell my family, I could just imagine how y'all talk about me when I leave out the room. I could imagine what y'all got to say about me, and we family. You see what I'm saying? So I had to learn that. So I had to learn that I can't let negativity and drama fuel me on an everyday basis, not only on the internet, in life. So I know my coworkers gonna say something about me. I'm 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 gonna ask my coworkers, what did I do for you to feel like you can't address me about me? I know me way better than you, just like you know you way better than I do. So even if I dislike something or it's a misunderstanding, I should be able to come talk to you about you. Nobody knows themselves like themselves. No matter if somebody see me every day, they don't know me the way I know me. Somebody can see me like, damn, but he got on them sneakers every day. These sneakers I probably feel comfortable with when you see me every day. That don't mean these the only sneakers that I got, but people base things off that. That every time I see him, he got on the same sweater, he got on the same hat, he got on the same jersey, he got this is my life. I may feel comfortable with this. That don't mean that I didn't wash it. That don't mean I didn't wash my behind. This is just what I'm comfortable with. And every time you see me, this is probably how I want to be seen at the end of the day. To each his own. But I'm just saying, I'm seeing and I'm learning that a lot of that stuff fuels people. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and I'm not here to knock nobody. I'm not here to chastise and criticize anyone. I'm just saying when I'm paying attention to, that's what I see. I see that a lot. So at the end of the day, that's what this live stream is about today. You know what I mean? And like I'm always saying, I'm gonna keep saying, it's easy to be that way. You know what I mean? It's easy to be negative. It's easy to talk about somebody else downfall or somebody else situation and circumstances. I mean, speak about your own situation and circumstances. And if you don't want to speak about that, find things on a more educational level to speak about. And I get that education ain't entertainment. I get that. But not even but however, we got to start looking at where entertainment has gotten us, like at the end of the day. Like, so if we gonna speak about, for example, a basketball player, they still got a life at the end of the day, or a rapper, or R&B singer, or a movie star. They still got a life at the end of the day. So if you watch movies, like I watch movies, so what I watch movies for is to learn something, to get a lesson out of it. And at the end of the day, just because actors in the movie, that's not the director, that's not the producer. He or she just got a role. That actor or that actress just got a role in that movie. So it's like with music, for example. So somebody say, "Yo, I like such and such album." Okay, he or she ain't really saying nothing. I like the beat. So that mean at the end of the day, so that mean you like the producer they went to. They still did something that you gotta like, or vice versa. They went through or to something that they knew somebody would like. So even if you don't like what the person got to say, but you like the producer, they were smart enough to deal with that producer. Vice versa, that producer was smart enough to deal with them. So some way, somehow, they did something that you latching on to or you connecting to at the end of the day, and that's still what I'm talking about more positive and more educational energy at the end of the day. And just instead of speaking about people or talking about somebody else's digression in life, because we all got vices in life that we probably uncomfortable with sharing or wanting somebody to know about or even talking about. And that's just not me. That's just life. That's just life. That's why I don't feel no way about talking about my vices in life. It's gonna be the bigger my platform get, the more vices that I've been through in my life that I'm gonna have to talk about. And I know it's gonna be uncomfortable and I know it's gonna be unorthodox. I get that. But so it don't matter. Like I prefer I talk about it than somebody else that's gonna speculate, that's gonna assume, that's gonna add their own twist to it. At least when I talk about it, it ain't no speculation. I ain't gonna add no extra twist, or I ain't gonna take no extra twist out of it. Because I could talk about me better than anybody, better than my mama, better than my girl, my baby moms, my kids, my boss, whoever, whatever. Because I know me better than anybody think they know me. Period. So why am I worrying about what somebody else is gonna say about me? And if I feel some way about somebody saying something about me, definitely if it don't apply and it's negative, what I'm gonna do, have a good day and I'm gonna keep it pushing. I'm gonna keep it pushing. It ain't my type of party. It ain't my cup of tea. It ain't the people I need to be around. Now, if they want to talk to me truthfully about me, I'm gonna thank them. I'm gonna salute them for that. I'm gonna say, you know what, you're a real friend, or you're a real family member, or you're a real coworker. Thanks. Or you're a woman that's here for me, and you looking to support me. I appreciate that. But if they're gonna talk about me and not to me, I ain't with that. And if they're gonna speak negatively, definitely about me, I definitely ain't with that. I'm not saying I want people to only speak positive about me, no, but or positive to me, no. But what I'm saying is, if you definitely gonna speak negative, I'm definitely out. But if you're gonna speak positivity, I'm not gonna just let you speak positivity. And some of it may not be true. Some of it could be inaccurate. So I want to give you the factual content about how to speak positively about me. If you're gonna speak negative, I'm just gone. I'm not mad at you because I can't tell nobody to be quiet, shut up, don't talk about me. No, I, I can't do that. People could speak about whoever, however, whatever. They just got to understand that for every action, there's a reaction. You know what I mean? They just got to understand that, and they have to be ready to embrace that same energy when it come back. So at the end of the day, when people like to spew drama and negativity, when they come back, I'm my due to the homework and the research I'm doing, people get upset. But why they talking about me? Why they talking about my man? Or why they talking about my girl? Or why they talking about my car? Or why they talking about my sneakers? Think about what you're doing on the other end. When you wake up every day, think about, damn, well, I did say something about such and such. Damn, you know what? I'm gonna talk about me. That's why when I come to my platform, I try to display that often. So I can repeat the repetitive actions all the time of speaking about me. And like I said, I don't mind speaking to people, but speaking about people and feeding into people's negativity and people's drama, I ain't for that. I ain't into that. I ain't with that at the end of the day. And it's not only I'm not with it because I'm not about it. It does nothing for anybody. It don't do nothing for the person. It don't do nothing for their loved ones. It don't do nothing for my loved ones, my family, none of the above. It does nothing for nobody. Now, people could tell me I could do what I want. I'm agreeing with that, but I want to know what are you getting out of it? What's coming out of it now? Would you feel better that you could say, well, I wear this every day and this person don't wear this every day, so I got more than them. Okay, you feel better about that? But that feeds your ego, that feeds your adrenaline. What does it feed? Me speaking positively and me speaking about education from my perspective, that's doing God's work and that's shedding light on the things that's dark. So that's why I could say, from my perspective, I'm thankful I can do that because I want to shed light on what's dark. But I don't want to do it for somebody to say, oh, he a philosopher, or he got education, or he's smarter than this person. I don't want to be smarter than anybody. I just want to be wiser than I was yesterday. That's why I do what I do. So I could be wiser than I was yesterday. This have nothing to do with nobody walking on the planet Earth. It just so happened that I appreciate when it connects to people on the planet Earth, but it have nothing to do with nobody on the planet Earth. So I'm not speaking this way for somebody to say, you a philosopher, yo, you got intellect. I don't even care. All I know is as long as I do it and I do this constantly and consistently, it'll start to pay off. I remember to always do it. Like I said, I'm doing this so I could be wiser than I was yesterday. Because it was a time that I was more ignorant than I was yesterday. I was doing things one way, then I came the next day and did something maybe more stupid or maybe more selfish or maybe more ignorant or maybe more foolish than I did the day before. So now that I'm maturing in life, I want to be wiser than I was yesterday, though. And it's not easy to do that. It's not easy to hold yourself accountable for you to be accountable for what you can say, for what you can do, and not allow somebody to get you out of character because maybe they upset about something, or maybe they aggravated about something, or maybe they don't like something. And I get that. And I go through still times in my life that is things that I maybe see or maybe hear or maybe run into that I may not like. But I say this to myself: God is great. God is exposing this to me for me to see what to avoid, what to not do, how to not operate. That's what I say. In the past, I'd be like, man, that's stupid. Or man, now I don't do that because God is exposing things to me because I bring light to life every day. So long as I bring light to life, I'm gonna have people that say, well, you wasn't like that 5 years ago. No problem. You're right. I wasn't. I agree with that. But I'm like that now. I was like that yesterday. I had to be like that 5, 10 years ago. That's why it's called evolution. That's why you live and you learn. But you don't just live to live. So people just living and living. Nah, you gotta live and you gotta learn. You know what I mean? Or learn to live. Like, so if you ain't living and learning, you gotta learn to live. What learn to live mean is that learn how to live the best way that God see fit for you. We don't know the way God see fit for us because we just living. I'm learning that every day. I gotta live the way that God see fit for me. I can't worry about what somebody else gonna tell me about me how to live. I gotta live the best way that God see fit for me at the end of the day. But if I'm worrying about what somebody else gonna tell me how to live, and they can tell me anything about me, what about them? So that's why I'm saying negativity is at an all-time high. You know what I mean? Drama is at an all-time high because it's easy to call somebody else out on what you may feel as drama or you may feel as negativity. Call yourself out on your own negativity or your own drama. It's easy to do that because you know the negativity and the drama that you bring every day. Or you know the positivity and the education you bring every day. You know, in life, you got fillers and you got drainers. You got people that's going to fulfill what they need to fulfill, and you got people that's going to drain you or what you're looking to fulfill. I'd rather to be a filler. I'd rather to fill in blanks. I'd rather fulfill what God has set me to do. And even if I didn't know what God has set for me to do 5 years ago, 5 months ago, 15 years ago, 15 months ago, I'm thankful I'm on that path now. And maybe somebody that may have knew me 5 months ago or 10 months ago or 10 years ago or 5 years ago, they don't say, you wasn't like that. I'm like that now. How are you? I see maybe you ain't progressing that point because you're still trying to tell me what I wasn't 5 years ago. Let's see moving forward if we both blessed for another 5 years. Let's see, can you consistently walk down this straight path right here that God got set for both of us to walk now? Let's see. Let's see. And I'm not going to test nobody' character, nobody fortitude. However, let's see. Let's see, can we walk down this path that God has set for us? Let's find that out, at the end of the day. So I'm just saying that, my point is that, we all got to start looking at ourselves. Don't worry about other people, what they going to say. People going to talk. So it don't mean nothing. Let them talk. Let them talk. Actions speak louder than words. Do what you gotta do. And if somebody feel it could be okay, you could be a woman. You could feel like the man don't do enough for his kids. Don't you do what you gotta do. That's it. Vice versa. You feel like I can't get along with somebody, kid by man. They trying to mess my life up. As long as you stay consistent and you bring light to a situation, God gonna walk with you. God walk with everybody. Sometimes we don't see God walking with us. So sometimes when God grab our hand, we yank our hand away. Or when God shed light on something, we turn that light off. And we walk down that dark path and say we could do this on our own. It ain't nothing wrong with saying you could do it on your own, but it ain't nothing like having the Lord with you. Ain't nothing like that. It's no greater feeling than that, having the Lord with you when you walk somewhere, or when you gotta deal with a circumstance, or you gotta deal with a situation. Ain't nothing like that. Having the Lord with you when you gotta walk down a certain path. It's nothing like that at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying we like to feed into a lot of unnecessary headaches. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I said, you know, I appreciate being alone a lot of times. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the more I'm alone, the more I get to know myself. The more I get to know what I like and what I dislike. The more I get to understand. You know, if I could stay to myself, I could learn myself better. So when I get around other people, I know what I'm into, what I'm willing to do, what I'm not willing to do. But if I'm constantly around people, I'm taking away time from myself and I'm not getting to know myself because I'm always worrying about other people and what they doing and what they saying and how they feel, how they gonna react to the clothes I got on my back, to how I feed myself, etc., etc. And I ain't into that. And that was another reason I'm thankful I got out of doing things, smoking weed. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the people that I was around, we just that's why we used to hang together, just to smoke. It wasn't even about nothing else. We couldn't do nothing else but smoke around each other. So it's like, you know what, man, I don't want, man, I'm good. If I stop smoking weed, then if I still have a relationship with this person, I'm grateful for that. But if I don't, I don't. But I'm not mad at the person if I have a relationship with them because based around us smoking weed. So that means it was never a relationship. It was just a weed thing. And I got to accept that. It had nothing to do with the other person or parties involved. I just gotta respect that. That don't make them a bad person. That don't make them a negative person. I just have to understand and own up. Our relationship was based off smoking weed. Just like if I only go around people to watch sports, our relationship was just based off watching sports. That's it. It ain't nothing wrong with watching sports, but I have to understand that that's what our relationship was based off. Now, in knowing that and understanding that now, I gotta pull back my own energy and understand like, okay, we was around each other to do this, but I'm saying I don't want to do this. Like I don't want to talk about an athlete. You know what I mean? How much money they make, they contract, and they could have did this more, they could have did that more. What about me? What I could do more? If I watch less of sports, or I watch less of TV, or I do things less, I can give me more time for me, or I could give me more time for my family or my kids, or to better myself, or to better my health, or to better my circumstance, or to better my situation. But the more I give more of my energy and my effort to things that is out of my control anyway, you know what I'm saying? I could get better results. But if I'm stuck on watching every NBA game, or I'm stuck on listening to every album, or I'm stuck on watching every video, or I'm stuck on the latest jeans and the latest sweater and the latest shirts and the latest sneakers that come, I'm taking time away from myself. I'm not saying pants or shirts or music or a game people shouldn't deal with none of that. I'm not saying that at all. But the more I'm into it, the less I got it, the less I'm worrying about me, because those things take time. To listen to an album take time. To watch a game take time. To watch a movie take time. To go shopping take time. To build up a wardrobe take time. So if I'm going to do any of these things, I'm going to do it with the right positive, productive energy. I'm not going to do it with negativity and drama connected and or involved with it at the end of the day. So if I'm going to watch a game with somebody, I'm not worrying about, oh, I don't want to be around somebody saying, oh, well, that person, they can't play it. I I ain't in the NBA. You ain't in the NBA. Well, this person can't really rhyme. You make an album. It's like me with music. I'm not gonna criticize no artist. I'm gonna make music. Now I'm gonna put myself in the realm that they in. Now I'm gonna understand what that criticism is like. Now I'm gonna understand what it's like to have to come up with hooks, with rhymes. I gotta understand what it's like to get production. I gotta understand what it's like to deal with directors. Now I'm gonna put myself in the realm of understanding what somebody else has to go through now, of understanding what it's like if you make an album successful or not. You still under the radar. Somebody gonna say your album is trash. Even if everybody else, I could get 10 people to say it's hot. I could get 20 people to say it's trash. Or I could get, even if 100 people say it's trash, I get 1,000 people to say it's hot. So I got to be ready to deal with what's subject, to go through whatever I'm dealing with, whatever that's gonna be. It ain't just with music. It could be in fashion. It could be with my podcast. I get people to say they like my podcast, but I know some people that don't. I got to accept that. That ain't personal. However, I just don't want to deal with the drama aspect of it. I don't want to deal with the negativity aspect of it at the end of the day. I'm not saying negativity don't exist. No, or people being negative don't exist. No, but I don't have to deal with that. That's what I'm saying. I can't tell people how to be, but I don't have to deal with it. See, what I'm learning and understanding by doing those homework and research, people gonna be who they are and how they are. No problem. That's why I respect everybody for who they are, not what they are. Because at the end of the day, when you respect people for who they are, not what, no matter what they do. So just because somebody play basketball, that don't mean that outside of that they want to be judged and based off that, or just because somebody made music, they don't want to be judged and based off that. Just because somebody is into fashion, they don't want to be judged and based off that. Good evening, Carla. How you doing, sister? I don't know how long you been with me. 5 minutes, 2 minutes. If you just really get with me, let me know. I could tell you what I was speaking about, and I know you probably seen the title. So I'll give you an opportunity to let me know. You know what I mean? And I don't know if the brother Malik is still with us. He was with us in the chat. So I don't know if he's still with us. I mean, if he is, I appreciate him. If he's not, still I appreciate him. God bless him for checking in and chiming in. He support me how he can when he can to the best of his ability, and I really, truly, truly appreciate that. Definitely because he has his own platform. You know what I mean? You don't really have a platform, Carl. I'm not saying that you're not taking time out your personal life, but I'm understanding that people that have platforms, they're going through a lot. So for anybody to give me their time and they have a platform, I gotta really appreciate that just a little bit more, because I mean he could be working on content and stop working on content to come to my platform and listen to me. So I gotta understand that at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And I'm also understanding this from the standpoint of having a platform, a podcast, or a channel. A lot of times when people come to your platform, Also, why I appreciate it too is because at the end of the day, outside of people having their own platform, people having their own life. Sometime when people come to your platform to support you, that's all they coming for. Maybe they don't want to talk. Maybe they just want to listen. And Malik, you taught me that. Or sometimes people just, want to see your talking points at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So, I appreciate them. But what I was saying was, Carla, before you checked in, was that you see the caption about the negativity and the drama over positivity education. What I was saying before you checked in was, I do what I do with music, right? So before I started Final Say, I used to make music. You know what I mean? And when I was making music, I started to see the impact that I was having. And I didn't even have like, and I'm being honest with you, I didn't even have like 400 or 500 subscribers. Maybe I had like a buck 75, 200 subs in that area, right? But my views was getting up because I had people that wasn't even subscribed to me showing me love. I had some of the producers that I was dealing with, that I was buying music from. Yeah, I truly believe some people just want to. Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, I had some of the producers that I was dealing with. They were showing me love. They would share some of my music, but that wasn't certified as subscription, or that wasn't certified people would subscribe. And I understand that, and I get that. So my point is, Carla, and my point is, Malik, as I'm saying this, is that when I started making music, I understood what it's like for somebody to say artist or a rapper or a person that make hip hop is whack. No, no, they're entitled to see it that way and feel like that. However, if you're not making music, you can't really determine what somebody situation or circumstance is going to be based off just what you listening to. You don't know how hard it is or hard it was for that person to get a beat, or for that person to get to the studio, or for that person to be seen and heard by A&R or by a record executive. So just because they don't have a record deal, or they not signed, or they not known like a household name, that don't make them whack, and that don't make them, a nobody. That don't make them that. It's the same thing with professional sports. Just because somebody on the practice squad, that don't mean they're not on the level of the people that's on the team. It may be certain stipulations why they're not on the team. Maybe the team roster is full, and everybody that's on the team is just as important as that person on the practice squad. So, for example, if somebody make music, just because they're not signed, maybe the record label don't have enough money within the budget to give a person the budget that they need to help promote their album. Maybe because I had that experience before. I've been through that where I was in the process of being or could have got signed, but the label didn't have enough money in the label in the budget for hip hop artists. I'm not saying the label didn't have money at all, no, but for hip hop. So let's just say for a 10-year window, a label may only have $500 million, and they may have all the hip hop acts that they got within that 10-year window for the $500 million. Now, just so happened they heard my demo and they like, yo, we want to sign you, but we ain't got no money in the budget. And I may not now. Maybe I don't want to go to no other record labels or no other record executives to deal with them, because maybe they can't give me what this particular record label want to give me. But for somebody else's perspective, yo, you should have been signed. Why you ain't signed? Yo, you whack. Or man, nobody really want to sign you. So now, if I go off that negativity and I go off that drama, now I can let them. Take me off, or get me out of my mission or what I plan to do. I plan to make music and take it to the next level, however I can get there. And now that I'm there, just the mere fact that I rub shoulders with people from record labels, I made it. You know how many people make music and record labels don't even want to sit down and talk to them? Period. You can't even make it in their office. So just because I made it in the office, that from my perspective, that's that certified me that I'm on to something because I made it to the office. It's like an athlete. Just because he made it to the combine, some people don't even make it to the combine. They're like, yo, nah, we don't even want you on the combine. We don't even want you at the practice facility. So we got to understand that when you're doing something in life, like it could be in any walks of life, you could apply for a certain job just because they may tell you, yo, we really like your resume, we really want to hire you, but we filled with staff right now, or the position that you want to be in, that position is filled out. That don't mean that you don't qualify for that job, but your moms or your girl or your brother or your friends or people in your community may be like, man, you ain't even go look for that job. Nobody gonna never hire you. You ain't got to tell them exactly what was told to you. From their perspective, the people don't want to hire you, or you ain't fit the criteria. Nah, 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 that's not true at all. So at the end of the day, when negativity come into play and drama come into play, that distract us from staying positive and staying on an educational level. That's why I switched up my music, because I was starting to get negativity, even though maybe I had a harsh upbringing. Maybe throughout my life, I wanted to talk about when I was in the street, when I was selling drugs, when I was, dealing with multiple different women at one time, when I wasn't listening to my mom, so I was in and out of jail, or whatever my track record was at one point. Maybe I was comfortable with rhyming about that, but I started to see that the energy that was coming back from it was unwarranted. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna leave this alone. I'm gonna switch up. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna start me a podcast. I want to get on a positive note. You know what I mean? I want to get on an educational note. I'm gonna leave this aspect of my life alone so I could grow to become a better man, a stronger man on a daily basis. At the end of the day, that's what I said to myself. Oh yeah, nah, I appreciate that, Carla. Nah, I really do, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. And like I said, right now today, Carla, I could flood this channel and my old channel with a bunch of music that's talking about violence, negativity, calling women H's, B's, and all that. Like I could do that, but what is that going to solidify? And another thing about the negativity and the drama, that from me doing homework and research, because whoever follows my platform, or no, not follow, excuse me, support my platform, they know I say this a lot. I do a lot of homework, I do a lot of research. So from the homework and the research that I've been doing, another thing about negativity and drama, everybody does that. Like that's everybody is not going to bring positivity and education all the time. I'm not saying people don't do it at all, but more people is into negativity and into drama. Not only on the internet, in life, at jobs, in our families. You know what I mean? Like people quick to say, "Yo, cousin so and so, he always doing this," instead of sitting down with cousin so and so and say, "Yo, we love you, man. I'm gonna lay it down, bro." All right, no problem, man. Yo, man, I appreciate you for checking in, for chiming in. I appreciate you. I came to your last live. I was over there. I showed some love. I appreciate you, man. And it sounded like you was a little under the weather. So if you are, before you go, man, try to drink some tea with some thyme and some ginger and/or some garlic, and hopefully, you'll get your strength back. You'll start feeling better, man. God bless you and your family. Have a blessed one. Thanks for your support. I highly appreciate it, man. But yeah, so like I was saying, Carla, just at the end of the day, like we do that more than we be positive at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Yeah, no doubt, no problem. Salam to you, brother. Like I said, at the end of the day, Carla, that's what we do a lot of. You know what I mean? Like it's easy, as I started to mature, I used to have to tell my family that, like, yo, I could imagine how y'all speak about me when I walk out the room. So you know what? Instead of me doing that, like I had a lot of, disagreements with family members. So what I started to do, I started to say, look, I love you, cousin so so. I love you, aunt so so. I'm unable to talk to you. Have a good day. And they'd be like, what you mean? You could talk to me about anything. I'd be like, nah, but I really want to talk to you. I just want to talk to you. And when I talk to you, I want us to be able to talk. I don't want to involve nobody else. I don't nothing. Like nothing. Like I'm gonna turn off my cell phone, or I'm gonna put my cell phone on do not disturb, and we're really gonna talk. And I really want to speak to you about the things that's relevant to me, from me to you, about my eternal happiness from me to you. And I want you to do the same thing back with me. So now we both can understand what eternal happiness is about from one another. So when we deal with one another, we know no matter who else comes amongst us or around us, we got that eternal happiness. But if we can't do that, at the end of the day, we're gonna have a problem. You know what I mean? And it's not like a problem in a bad way. It's just we ain't gonna never be able to mature and grow. That ain't gonna be able to happen because we can't speak about the things that we need to speak about for our own happiness and our own growth and our own maturity at the end of the day. And that becomes important. That's what we need to do. You know what I mean? Like it's easy for me to speak to somebody around somebody else, and now that other person now they could chime in and give their feedback on how they feel about what I'm saying to Jane Doe or John Doe. It's like if I could speak to Jane Doe or John Doe and they could speak back to me, we getting somewhere. Because now I know no matter how it go, me and that person spoke. So now I'm not gonna allow somebody else to influence anything, me dealing with that person, and vice versa. But a lot of times negativity kick in and drama kick in because we allow somebody else to come in the middle of that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and I'm working on that still every day. Because like I said, it's still family members and or people that I need to speak to. However, I want to get myself together. So if they reach out to me or I reach out to them, I know I'm right. Like at the end of the day, if they not, they not. God bless them. If they are, then we could go and we could grow. But if not, God bless them. And when they get right, I, I'll be getting more and more right by the day, and we can have a productive, grown adult conversation. But anything else, like I ain't really into that. Like it's easy for me to tell somebody how they need to better themselves. Man, what about bettering me? What about me being a better person? What about me speaking more positive about what I need to do for me at the end of the day? So I'm understanding that and I'm learning that. Like the more and more, progression I get with my own life and then life, I'm learning that. So I don't have time to sit back and try to worry about what somebody else ain't doing or should be doing or would be doing or could be doing when I know what I should be doing, would be doing, or could be doing. I'm gonna work on that. So, like I said, when I connect with that person, they get the best version of myself. Like I'm gonna give the best version of myself for me. I want to be able to do that when I rub shoulders with someone else, no matter who that person is, no matter what they about in life. I just want to be able to do that. And a lot of times we so worried about being negative or the drama aspect of something, we depriving ourselves and others of that. More importantly, ourselves, because we so much worried about the drama or the negativity aspect of something. I ain't worried about that. I ain't into that. I don't even care at the end of the day. Like I'm so focused on getting the best out of this for me and what I gotta do, I ain't even worrying about it no more at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like I ain't worrying about it. I'm thankful for that. So before you checked in, Carla, that's what I was speaking about. Just how negativity and drama is superseding positivity and education. And I get that people get bored with education and people get bored with I get that. I get that. The reason why they bored with education and they bored with positivity because they're not amongst it a lot. Like when you're amongst yelling, screaming, people cursing each other out, you get comfortable with that. You get accustomed to that at the end of the day. So now that is like when you're in certain environments, like you start to feed into the environment and your atmosphere. You start to get comfortable with everybody else doing it. So now you feel left out, and that's why I had to isolate and separate myself from even if I really love certain family members, I had to isolate and separate so I could better me. So I could see myself for the better version of me, and I could become the person that God need me to become at the end of the day, though. And now, like I said, should I rub shoulders or should I get back around those particular people? They could see me being the best version of me. Now, if they're not the best version of themselves, maybe they still working on themselves, and God bless them. But if they not, they not. I'm not mad at them, but I'm not here to bring negativity or drama to that, and I'm not here to judge them or belittle them either. I'm only here to support them the best way that I can. And how I'm learning how to support people sometimes is you be the best version of yourself. All the time, we think supporting people is just if they don't got money, giving them money, or if they don't got food, giving them food, or if they don't got clothes, giving them clothes, or if they don't got shelter, give them shelter. And all those things are highly appreciative, and that's very commendable to do that. But sometimes, if you be the best version of yourself, you could start to draw the best version of other people out of themselves that they didn't even know they had in them because you being the best version of you and you being the person that God see you being. But sometimes we like to throb in and offer that negativity because we left out of the conversation. Like I know a lot of times when I used to deal with certain people, like I felt uncomfortable with that. So I just like no, I'm gonna distance myself from that because I don't want to be around that. Like I can imagine what's gonna happen when I leave the room, what people gonna say about me. So if I don't say nothing about someone else and or their circumstance or their situation without them being involved, so they can really give me the rundown about their situation and or their circumstances. If somebody come to me and say, you know what such and such said, I'm gonna be like, nah, I don't. And you know what? I ain't really worried about it. Now. If you want to tell me that's on you, but I'm not gonna give you that negative or that drama filled feedback. I'm gonna say that's what they said. Yo, God bless them, man. Like that's what they said. No problem. But I'm not here to feed into that or to feed off of that no more. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm thankful over the last past, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, I've been living my life like that, not wanting to feed into that and feed off of that. Like, because at the end of the day, I'm going through what I'm going through. So it's like, why should I worry about that? Or why should I be caught up in that? Like that, I don't care. And it's not that the people who doing that, they're bad people and I don't care about them. No, because everybody gonna live their life the way they gonna live their life. And I have no problem with that. I have no issue with that. I'm just saying for me, I'm not into that no more. Like that don't float my boat. Like I don't care. If somebody wants to speak negatively about a situation and circumstances, that's on them. I'm not gonna do it in the homework and research that I'm doing. I'm finding out that people are more comfortable with doing that. People are at ease with doing that instead of saying, you know what, that's how Jane Doe or John Doe feel, or that's how they see it. That's on them. Me, I'm living my life like this. I'm going this way. That's why you live and you learn. And like I said, outside of you live and you learn, I'm learning how to live. That means I'm learning how to live day by day, and I'm learning how to live in a more educational, positive light. And again, there may be some people that have known me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, said, "You wasn't like that." I'm like that now, and I'm like that moving forward. And now let's see for the next 5 or 10 years. Should God give us the strength to make it for another 5 or 10 years? Let's see who's gonna live the way that they saying they're gonna live on a positive and educational and shed light for the next 5 to 10 years. Because that's not easy to do. That's not simple to do to live your life like that on an everyday basis because it's so much temptation around us for various different things in life. And it's not just with people. You can say, you know what, I'm gonna go on a diet. You're gonna be tempted every day by fast food. You know what I mean? Or by sweets or by sodium filled things, things filled with salt, whatever. So it's various different ways we could be tempted. It ain't just by other people. So that's another thing about negativity and drama. People think it's always just based off other people. No, it can be based off TV shows you watch. It can be based off music you watch. It can be based off sports. It can be based off so many various. It can be based off your job. It can be based off your coworkers. It can be based off various different things. It ain't just based off people at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It can be based off a profession you have. Like it's various different ways that you could feed into and you could feed off of negativity and drama. And there's various different ways you could feed into positivity and education. It's all on us how we deal with these things. It ain't just based on, okay, well, at the end of the day, well, that's you. Nah, I mean, it's life. It's life. It's not just me. It's just life at the end of the day. And when you start to look at life for what it is and what it's worth and how it is, you start to see things differently. And I'm not here to worry about what somebody do got or don't got. Only thing I'm thankful for is that person is looking to be the best version of themselves and they looking to be the best person of themselves that God seen them being. That's what's important to me. You know what I mean? Not how I see them being the best version of themselves, the way that they see themselves being the best version of themselves, and the way that God see it. Anything else shouldn't matter to you at the end of the day. Anything else, and you could be married. You could have a husband and see it like that. You could have a wife. You could have kids. You could be running a major corporation. You could be your own entrepreneur. Whatever you into shouldn't have no bearings on that either. Like at the end of the day, like it really shouldn't matter. Basically, at the end of the day, you know what I mean. But I mean, we all, we all living, and learning. And I know that's what I'm doing. But like I said, I'm also learning how to live on a daily basis and be more productive and positive and be more thankful, be more happy, be more content with being happy. You know what I mean? Be more situated with being happy in my circumstances, in my situation. Of course, things could get better. Of course, they can. However, I'm thankful for my circumstances and situation, because it could be worse. So the same way it could be better and I could be happier, I'm still thankful and I understand on the other end it could be worse. Because the same way I have the things I have is somebody that got less than me and there's somebody that got more than me. So why I can't be thankful for what is there. And what's not there, when it come, be thankful for it, but be appreciative of it and utilize it correctly. Because I have gotten things in the past and I said I want, or I need this, and when I got it, I didn't use it correctly. You know what I mean? So I can say, yeah, I want to spend more time with my kid. And then when I was able to spend more time with my kid, I still wasn't putting that right work in. You know what I mean? I wasn't having those. rough, awkward conversation that may have my kid look at me like, "What were you talking about, Dad? I don't want to hear that." Or now all of a sudden you want to be a better man, or you want to be a better father, or you want to, now you want to be more motivated to be there for me, to read to me, take me to school, or to buy me clothes, or whatever they're gonna say. I gotta be ready for that. But at least now I put myself in position to be ready to do that, and not think about like, man, my son ain't gonna want to hear this. My daughter ain't gonna want to hear this. I can't worry about that no more. I got to do what's best for my circumstances, my situation, be the best version of myself. And outside that, be the best version that God has seen set for me to be. And if my kid don't respect it or understand it, no problem. I'm not mad at my kid, but I got to do that. You know what I mean? I got to be one with God before I could be one with anything and anybody else walking around on the planet. So that's why I said I always need my soul and my spirit to be connected to the Most High, so the Most High can open up the universe for me. That's just what it is. And that's how it's going to forever be. You know, however, we ignore that a lot because we're so overwhelmed with being caught up in other things that don't really serve us as much as the Lord do, like at the end of the day. Like, so we got to start serving the Lord back because at the end of the day, the Lord has put us all in a winning circumstance and or situation. And of course, you may not see us winning because some of us are in worse predicament than others. You know what I mean? But that don't mean that it's not a winning circumstance and situation. You got to get the best out of it from yourself, for yourself, from you, for you. You know what I mean? Like, but you can't do that. How you? So you could be living in a bad situation, but if you keep it clean, you keep it neat, and you take care of that situation, you could be living in the palace because how you take care of your circumstance and your situation. Don't let your environment or your atmosphere ruin that. And sometimes we do that again based off drama and negativity. So when you focus more on the bigger picture and the things that is there and the things that is working and the things that is accurate and the things that is correct, other things start to mean less and less and less to you more and more. Like I said, there was plenty of people I used to talk to, plenty of people I used to be around, but again, they wasn't bad people. They didn't do anything wrong. They wasn't negative people. It's just I didn't want to be around that. I didn't want to be connected to something or somebody, and it happened. And now I'm vulnerable for that. It's like if you want to stop doing something, be alone first. Don't try to stop doing something and be around other people because they may tempt you. And that don't mean that that person is a bad person. It's just temptation in life is real. That don't mean that person is bad. It's just temptation in life is real. That's all that's about at the end of the day. But that don't mean that person is a bad person. Temptation is just real, point blank and period. So at the end of the day, you can't base things all the time off a person. Negativity and drama is just not based off a person. It's based around things as well. You could be dealing with negative things. It don't have nothing to do with a person or nothing to do with people. You know what I mean? But we always base things only off people. We have to base things around things as well as people. Circumstances and situations become important at the end of the day. So we all got to start looking at that circumstances and situations. You don't know somebody's circumstance or somebody's situation. So before we quick to be negative or be drama filled with somebody's circumstance situation, think about your own circumstances, your own situation. You know what I mean? That's why so many people are upset, or so many people are disgruntled, or aggravated, or fed up, or frustrated, or whatever else because they caught up in someone else's circumstance, situation, and not worrying about their own. And some people may say, well, I don't got this, I don't got that. Work on getting more. I don't got a lot of things. It's a lot of things that I know I need, but instead of me pouting, complaining, I'm gonna work on them. I'm gonna just work on them. And when I do get them or I do obtain them, still do the right thing. Like we get certain things that we looking for, and when we get these things, we still worrying about somebody else giving us props for it, or somebody else say, "Yo, I like your car," or "Yo, I like your jewelry," or "I like your clothes," or don't matter. It don't matter. I could say I want a car. No one's getting me from A to B. It don't got to be a Benz. It don't got to be a Lexus. It's getting me from A to B. I'm thankful because no matter what type of car I got, I still got to pay insurance on it. I still got to have license plates. I still got to get gas. Like, I still got to get an oil change. Like, I still got to take the necessary steps as if I got a putt car. So it don't matter what type of car I got. It got to get me from A to B, and that's what's relevant to me. Anything else really don't even matter. Same thing with clothes. Some name brands are more popular than others. I don't buy clothes based off names. I buy what I'm comfortable with, what I could afford, and or what I like. But I'm not going out there looking for the latest fashions. Nah, if I like something and I could afford it, and I like how it fits me, I'm gonna buy it. But I'm not buying something based off. Now that says Polo, that says Gucci, that says 50. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because at the end of the day, them things don't represent me. I represent me, and I'm a product of what God has allowed me to do, and I'm thankful for that. You know what I mean? I'm proud of that. Like, I'm thankful that I can say that to myself. But for me to be worrying about anything and other things, nah. Like, I'm bringing negative energy to myself, and I don't want to do that. I ain't about that at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And that's what's important to me. You know what I mean? And whatever's important to me, if it ain't important to nobody on the planet, no problem. Long as God see it as the right thing to do and the right information and the right education to pass out, I'm gonna do it. That's it. But whoever else sees it another way, God bless them, man. But I'm not mad at them. I don't look at anybody as bad people. Don't even matter at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So what's up, Carla? You still with me? What's going on with you? Like, how you been doing? How's life treating you? On this Saturday night. It's not evening. It's Saturday night. How everything going with you? If you're still there. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, just the energy, has been off, and now for me, I'm working on building up more energy and just being more productive with what I have at the end of the day, and being more gracious and being more humble and being more grateful for that at the end of the day. But I'm not caught up in somebody telling me things that I know. Yeah, like I said, some of the things could be true, but I'm going a different way at the end of the day. And if those things are true, they ain't gotta address me in a negative, drama filled way. They could sit me down like a mature adult, and we could have an adult conversation. Okay, that's good. You hanging in there. That's good. I pray that everything is all well with you. Another thing I wanted to mention to you, Carla. I'm gonna get right back on what I was talking about. Another thing I wanted to mention to you, in my community tab. I don't know if you noticed, I be giving shout outs to. I did it for Capricorn. I did it for Aquarius. I'm gonna do it for Pisces. I'm gonna do it for Taurus, etc., etc. Like, I be giving shout outs to zodiacs. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just another way of showing people love. You know what I mean? Showing people affection. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I just believe, we got numb to that. Like, we got numb to showing one another love and affection. You know what I mean? And I don't always mean a man to a woman. You know what I mean? I just mean, like, when I was younger, I would go see my cousins, and I would lead them and be like, "Yo, I love y'all, cuz. Thanks for inviting me over." You know what I mean? And on their birthdays, I would call you happy birthday, man. Yo, you getting older or whatever. You know what I mean? Yo, I'm proud you made it. To see another birthday. Like, we don't do that like how we used to. And again, it's reasons for it. I'm not saying it's not. It is reasons for it. However, though, we got to start buckling back down. Like I said, it's time for awkward and unorthodox conversations. That's what it's time for. Like, the drama-filled conversation. I easily could argue with somebody. We accustomed to doing that. I easily could curse somebody out. People do that every day. People comfortable with that. But who's comfortable with sitting down, having a calm, mild-mannered conversation? Like, yo, look, yo, I love you. However, when you said that to me, you hurt me. Or when you did that, I ain't want to talk to you no more, or I don't call you because of this. I felt like you got with that woman and you isolated yourself, or you got with that man, you isolated yourself. Or when you start working here, you just felt like you was better than everybody, or because you started going to college, you don't want to talk to people, or because you moved here now you feel like you can't reach out, or because we had a disagreement on this holiday, you feel like you can't cook. It's time for those awkward and unorthodox conversations. But what we worried about, being looked at a certain way, being judged. So what I'm learning is look at yourself a certain way, judge yourself. God never said we can't judge ourselves. We can't judge others, yes, but we could judge ourselves. We could look in the mirror and say, yo, do better today. That's why I said there's people that may have known me 5 years ago and say, you wasn't who you are today. You know what I tell them? Absolutely right. I know this though. I've been who I've been over the last such and such, and I know moving forward, if we gonna have any sort of communication, any sort of relationship, I'ma still walk this line that I've been walking for the last past year, or 2 years, or 2 hours, or 2 months, or whatever. And I'm looking to be more wiser than I was yesterday because it was a point I was being more ignorant than I was yesteryear. Like it was a time in my life when I used to do ignorant things, and then the very next day I would do more ignorant things. Now I'm at a point in my life where I do positive things, and the next day I do more positive things. I'm being wiser than I was yesterday. I'm doing wise things today. I'm gonna do wiser things should I wake up tomorrow. That's what I'm talking about. But we don't want to look at life like that. We don't want to look at ourselves like that. We want to keep feeding into, well, Joe Blow said this about my baby mother. Joe Blow said this about my husband. Joe Blow said this about my wife. Joe Blow talking about my kids. So you know what? I know people talk about me and my kids. So you know what I tell my kids? I ain't talking about you. I'm talking to you. Why you worried about that? You taking away from our relationship, worrying about who talking about you. Why me and you can't have a better relationship? We could talk more instead of worrying about who talking about how I'm not a good father, or you don't listen as a son, or you don't listen as a daughter. Let's talk more. Let's build more. Let's make what they say less and less relevant by getting our situation more situated, by coming together more, by sticking together more. That's all. But to talk about them talking about us, they ain't getting us nowhere. That ain't all we gonna do is get frustrated and be like, man, I hate. That's one word I don't use. I don't hate anything or anybody. Hate, Hate, have all that energy. I don't have all that energy to do that. I don't hate anything or anybody. I actually appreciate it because it's a blessing. I dislike things, yes, but I don't hate anything or I don't hate anybody. I don't have that much time in my life to study something on that level, to hate something. Like, what am I talking about? It's something in my brain that's skipping the beat for me to even let my brain allow me to even go there. Like, what? Come on, like I make no sense at the end of the day. But I could dislike things. I can do that at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But to hate something or to hate somebody, nah, that's beneath me. That's beneath me. Like I said, I dislike things that I've been through. I dislike things that I've taken people through. You know what I mean? But I don't hate people. I don't hate things. Never that. Never that. Like that's not about nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying we got to start shifting our energy back. Like we put a lot of energy on putting energy into what people say about us. Like, nah, focus on what people willing to say to you, not about you. Because they want to say something about you, let them do that. You don't concede back and say something about them. Say something to them. You know what? That's how you see me. God bless you. Have a good one. That's it. They still gonna say whatever they're gonna say about, oh, now they're about God. That's how, let them do that. No problem. No, that's on them. But at the end of the day, what majority of us like to do? Feed into that. Excuse me. Oh, how you gonna tell me? People want to tell me about me. You right. Have a good one. No problem. I, I know nobody knows me like me. What am I doing? Like what? Why am I even studying that? Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. I conclude anybody in that. I'm a full-fledged adult. My moms knew me who she raised me up to be, but once she raised, or her and my father, once they raised me up to be who I am and what it is, that's it. It's out of their hands now. She don't know me after she raised me up to be who I am. I became my own man. Vice versa with my kids, the ones that's grown. Once they grown, I don't know who they are no more. They grown now. I just raised them up. Well, I did what I could to raise them up because I don't want to take credit for something that somebody else may say I didn't fully do. See, I'm aware that I respect that. I'm not going to sit and say, "Well, I raised my." I'm not going to say that. I played the best position that I could play. That's what I did. But I'm not going to say I raised my kids because somebody may say, "You ain't raised nobody. It wasn't there." My own kid probably say that. See, I'm not on it like that. Like I'm not gonna make it seem as if, oh, everything I say and do is right. Nah. That's why I'm working on being a better person every day. So now I know I'm being a better person. Now it's on that other person to be the best version of themselves. That's it. But anything else, I can't study that no more. I can't study that. I don't want to. I don't want to travel the world just to travel the world. I want to travel the world to get a different perspective. I want to travel the world to get a different peace of mind. I want to travel the world so I can see how God has created the whole world for how it was created. I'm not talking about buildings. I'm not talking about other people in other countries. I'm talking about the world. I want to go to another country to just stay at the ocean. I want to go to other parts of the world to see how I look when the sun sets. Like, see how it's not about other people. I just want to do things for me, for my soul and my spirit. That's it at the end of the day. I just want to do a lot more living and learning, or learning to live and not just living. Not just like getting frustrated with the food I'm eating every day. Get frustrated with the fact that, if I need to lose weight, I'm not doing that. I get frustrated with the clothes that's on my back. Like, it's somebody right now laying in the street that don't got clothes on their back that got to lay in that street. It's somebody that can't eat a hot meal, or somebody that can't take a hot shower. I think about that. So why am I going to sit here and hate? Or why am I going to sit here and be upset? Or bring drama? Or bring negativity? Or bring unwarranted? Or any sort of unnecessary issues when it's somebody doing worse than me and somebody doing better than me. And even when I start to ascend and do better, it's still going to be somebody ascending at a higher level than me. And God bless them. And for those that's not doing or is not as fortunate as myself, God bless them too. But I'm learning when I get something or I have something, I have to be able to use it to its fullest capacity in the correct way. Because, like I said, we ask for things and when we get them, we don't always use them correctly. Like I said, so I'm saying I need to spend more time with my kid. When I do, I can't worry about my kid. Like, I don't want to hear that, Dad. You don't love me. You wasn't there for me. I'm gonna show myself that I'm being the best version of myself and the best version that God has set me out to be. If that version ain't good enough for my kid or for my moms or for my spouse or for my cousin or no problem. No problem. I'm not mad at them. I'm gonna tell them, you know what? No problem. You have a good one. Stay blessed. But I'm not gonna be like, you see, I'm looking to be a better person. You nope, nope. Because all that's gonna do is perpetuate that energy I'm talking about. Now we ain't talking to each other. We're gonna end up talking about each other. We gonna end up bringing drama and negativity, and now it's gonna go amongst somebody else. Why do that to now we involve in 3 and 4 and 5? That's why I keep going on because now you take that energy amongst somebody else. Now they doing it. Now they're like, yeah, my so and so told me this the other day, man. I'm just tired of people always. So if you go around somebody else just being productive and speaking positivity and having that education, it's like, well, I ain't even really look at it from that aspect. No, I appreciate that. You have a good day as well. Instead of, I'm saying, every time I go over here, they always doing this. Every time I'm here, they always telling me it. So when I do speak to people, that's why I keep it that way because I'm understanding that. And the more and more I do it, the more and more God turn that light bulb on and say, you know what? That's what I'm talking about. More light, more bright. That's it. That's it. There's a lot of things that I experienced and encountered since I've been on this path with people that I would go back and forth with. And now they see I don't go back and forth with them. They tell me, they have told me things like, oh, you think you're better than people, or oh, now that you switch up, oh, you ain't gonna argue, oh, you never this, you never that. And I'll be like, okay, that's how you say it, no problem. But you still have a good day, bless you. Instead of just be like, yo, you don't know me, I'm good. I ain't gotta even say they don't know me. Let my action show that I know me. Forget if somebody else do or don't. Let my action show that I know me. That's it. But we don't do that. Like we don't do that. We let other things, get the best of us, and we let other circumstances and people, get the best of us. And that's what I'm not about no more. Like I'm not gonna let that happen. Like I'm not gonna allow somebody to dictate something to me based off what they see, I should be doing with my circumstance or my life and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, so yeah, Carla, so I appreciate all the love, you've been showing. You know what I mean? I appreciate your patience and your tolerance. Like I said, I've been um uploading 2 songs, but now, I'm gonna be putting one at a time. I'm gonna take my time because I need to give people time to really get, to listen and I have a few subscribers, so I need for some of the subscribers that might tune in and chime in late. They might not want to go back. If, for example, if I have 8 songs up there and they caught me on the seventh song, hypothetically speaking, they might not want to go all the way back to the first song. They might want to move forward from where they at. So if I take my time now and put at least 1 song a week now, and like I said, it'll give people time to actually listen. You know what I mean? And that's what I need because nobody can evaluate a song or a movie or a sitcom in 1 or 2 times. It's going to take some time to listen over and over. I mean, that's how we get to learn the words to songs. That's how we get to really understand, if we really, really like the song the way we saying we like it. And I don't want people just to like the song because, like I said, they like my platform or they like me or they like my channel. I appreciate that, but I really want people to like the music to really like the music so they can enjoy it. You know what I mean? So if they want to jog and listen to it, if they want to clean up and listen to it, if they want to kick back and relax and listen to it, if they want to listen to it with their kids or with their husband or with their wife or with their girl or with their boyfriend or with their man or with their woman, etc., etc. I want people to really be able to get a real feel for it and really understand that. You know what I mean? And also, pertaining to that, I want to bring a positive element with music. So when people do listen to me, they kind of get a feel for my platform as well. So if they listen to my videos, my music, kind of connect with what I do on my platform. I don't want my platform to be one way and then you listen to my music, it kind of offset my platform. Or I don't want my music to offset my platform. I want them to both connect. You know what I mean? I don't want my music to be one way and then he's like, hold on, he talking all this in his music, but he be talking this way on his videos in reference to his channel. So I'm kind of confused here. He being hypocritical or he contradicting himself. So I need them to connect. So that's why, again, I'm gonna give people time to really listen and go back so they could really understand because it was a point in some of my music that, I was still smoking weed or I was still doing certain things at one point that I stopped. So now it's like you may listen. I was like, hold on. He said he don't drink. He said he don't smoke. But in this song, he was talking about smoking. Or in that line, he said he was drinking. Or whatever. So it's like that's why it's important for people not only listen to my music, but to go back on some of my older content so they can see what led up to it. It's like I got a video stating about my so-called music career. Then I got another one why I stopped making music. So it's like if people go back, that's why when I have part 1 or part 2 or part 3, it's good to go back now and say, you know what, he got a point. I'm gonna go back and check out part 1 so I can further and better understand. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I'm sure you get that. Yeah, yeah. I like. Now again, I appreciate you, Carla. I appreciate the time you showing. Your dedication. I really appreciate it. And at the end of the day, like I said, people got to understand what it's like to do something. So if somebody having never done, thanks for the thumbs up, James. I appreciate you. How you doing on this Saturday, man? Everything is all right with you? How you feeling, man? Everything is good with you? Thanks for tuning in to the live stream. I appreciate your support and I appreciate your time. I really do. Thanks. From everybody at Final Say, we appreciate you. And also, James, what I want to do is I want to thank you for when I do tune in to your channel. You have gotten me subscribers. It don't matter if you got me 1 or you got me 100. I really appreciate that. Thanks a million for that, buddy. Everybody at Final Say, we appreciate you for that. And thanks for tuning in and checking out the live stream. Your time was really needed and it's highly appreciated. So yeah, caller. So like I told you, I just really want to thank you for your time, your dedication, your patience, and another thing, and you have shared this with me. You know, you older than myself, so I want to thank you for that, for being older, for understanding, my music and understanding my platform and understanding my channel. I mean, I really appreciate that. From somebody being older, just like me. I'm older than a lot of or majority of people that or some platforms that I do show them love or have subscribed to or leave comments on, but I still kind of understand their platforms or understand their terminology or their phonics, and I'm thankful for that. You know what I mean? Sometimes they tell me that, so I just wanted to tell you that I'm very appreciative of that, and I'm thankful for that. And I'm also thankful for the time that like how when you could check in or so anything that you do is highly appreciative and I'm grateful for. And also, I'm humbled to say this to you. I pray that some of my videos, my old ones, some of these live streams that I pray that some of this information, some of the things that I'm saying is is working out for you in whatever your situations and or circumstances may be with your children, in your life or with your job or whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? Or if you just relaxing, listening to these live streams or you doing playbacks of old videos, whatever. I'm thankful for anything that I'm able to do that's able to help you because that's motivation for me to keep going. I like all types of music, but no, but no, that's good. I'm just saying that I'm thankful for you to even be receptive to anything that I'm doing on the musical front. You know what I mean? From me to you, I really appreciate that. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm just looking to make some real feel good music. And I want my music to coexist with my platform and I want my platform to coexist with my music because a lot of times like people make music and it don't really fit their lifestyles or it don't fit the criteria of what they say they about. Like some people say, I'm a positive person. I wasn't really, running the streets, but their music is about running the streets or their music is about blah 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 blah. Just like me, I want my music to connect with my platform. So like I said, so when people go back and say, well, his music is not too bad, it's not too negative, and they want to go back and see what inspired me to switch up, that's why I got the videos that I got about my so-called hip hop career. I believe I have three of them posted so far. I will be posting more in the future. Then I have one stating why I stopped making music. I believe maybe I have two episodes of that, but if I don't, I'll post more of that. So I'm just saying at the end of the day, that's important for me because people need to understand what motivated me to to make the music that I'm making now. And like I said, some people don't know that's tuned in the final say. Maybe none of the people know that's tuned in the final say that I made music prior to doing this. I get that. And I totally respect that. I'm just saying people need to understand and be more receptive to that, at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's gonna be a lot more things that I'm gonna be doing with my music in the future. And another reason I'm doing this with my music as well, because when I say down the road, I'm people could email me to help me now that really want to support me with my music and they want to buy a CD or buy an album or whatever I'm doing. I have a body of work on my page. So now you kind of got a idea of what I do at the end of the day. So instead of saying, well, I haven't heard anything, he sound like a good dude, he sound like a positive brother, but I ain't gonna just spend my money and I don't like his music or I don't like his CD or I don't like what he's doing. So at least if I put a body of work out there, you kind of got a clue and or idea of what I do in reference to my music. And if some people, like I said, there's a lot of people that like hip hop, so to speak. However, but they don't want to hear all that. They don't want to hear every other line is H and B and I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna stab you, I'm gonna rob you, I sell drugs, and people don't want to hear that. But some people still want to maybe enjoy hip hop. So what I'm learning how to do is make music and still get people to enjoy it and understand it. Like I said, I don't know who's gonna recite what I'm saying or requote what I'm saying. So based around that, I got to be mindful of that. Like you have kids. I don't know, you might have little nieces and nephews, grandchildren, etc., that you may say, yo, you know what, I listen to this brother on YouTube. You listen to his music, and I don't want them to be running around reciting me or requoting me, and now they saying curses or they saying N bombs or whatever. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't want that. So I'm more conscious now. So you know what? I'm a display that through my music as well, not only on my platform, doing it in my music too. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and by doing that, I make it don't matter if I inspire one person, one person from the next generation. Say, you know what? Yo, my aunt or my uncle or my moms or my grandmas or my grandfather, they listen to somebody on YouTube. Yo, they let me hear his music. He'll be doing all that cursing, and his music don't sound bad to me. At the end, so and again, I'm not doing this for no record deals. I, I'm above and beyond that. I've been there and done that all that already. I done had contracts and I could prove that. Yeah, why you ain't signing? If I show a person a contract, what that mean? Oh, my bad. Oh, I didn't know you had a contract. Or if I expose certain people names in the industries that people may not know. Oh, I didn't know you was in that deep. None of that's relevant to me. The point in the matter is, I'm looking to inspire people to understand that you don't have to listen to music a certain way to enjoy it. Like, same thing with sports, same thing with movies. Like, people don't always want to see movies with violence in it, or people don't want to always see movies with a bunch of cursing in it, things like that. So people want to see movies that ain't got none of that in it sometimes. You know what I mean? So but if you always accustomed to things a certain way, when people try to switch up or break habits or change traditional curses, some people look at that as a bad thing. I don't. I look at that as a positive, productive thing. You know what I mean? But I appreciate your understanding, and also I appreciate your versatility for understanding that music comes in all in various different shapes, sizes, and forms. What I mean by shapes, like it could come at you in any different way. You know, right. That's why I appreciate you, Carla. That's what I'm saying. That's why I really appreciate you for understanding that at the end of the day. And also, far as like, for my mom, because my dad is no longer with me. You know what I mean? He's gonna always be with me in spirit. But as far as my mom's go, she's got a better understanding and a better liking of into my music now. Far as because and again, when I was doing what I was doing before, wasn't that she wasn't liking it or clinging on to it, but I understood her point that she can't always listen to all of that. So now that I'm coming at music the way I'm coming at it, she don't mind with people that she go to church with or people she work with or her friends or certain family members. Now it's like, yo, look what my son doing now. Listen to his music now, because when I send her songs or I put something on YouTube and she like, oh, you know what? Wow, son, yo, wow. You know what? You really grown and elevated. I like that. You know what? I can listen to this when I'm cleaning up, or I can listen to this when I'm jogging, or I can listen to this when I'm blah blah blah. Now, you know what? I'm gonna send this to cousin so and so. I'm gonna send this to your aunt. I'm gonna send this to uncle so and so. And I'll be like, you know what, mother? Yeah, I appreciate that. And now it don't matter if I'm on a playlist. It don't matter. Listen to me every day all day. It's the point and the fact of the matter is that now I don't have to worry about distracting them. That's beautiful. I know. And that's my point right there, Carla. That right there. That right there. Like, just for you or her or whoever's in my life that's important to me, could say, I'm proud of what you're doing. That's it. That's what it's about. That right there. And for those who may not be proud, or those who may don't believe this path and journey I'm on, is always God bless them. But when they ready, I'll be ready. When they ready to say, you know what, I ain't really been saying nothing, but I've been checking out, because I know it's people that I don't have the relationships I used to have, a certain relationship with those people no more. I know now that some of those people tuning into Final Say. They ain't gonna tell me. They ain't gonna. They may have subscribed months ago, but they ain't gonna tell me. They ain't gonna say nothing. They're just gonna watch and see, and then one day they may break down because I may say something that touch a nerve, and they be like, "Yo, but I've been on your platform, I respect what you said." And it could be somebody I got a kid with. It could be a brother, a sister, a cousin, a niece, a nephew, whoever. It could be one of my old coworkers, somebody I used to go to school with. God bless them, whoever they may be or whoever they are. I'm just saying, I don't know that. And I don't even care about that. But I'm just saying that's possible. So with that being said and that being possible, that's why I'm doing things the way that I do them. because I'm not here to harm and inflict harm and cause pain on nobody at the end of the day. So if I can do that now, I get somebody to say, you know what, but nah, I've been watching your podcast, man. You've been doing your thing, and I'm proud of you. And you know what? That's what I need. That's what I'm talking about. Because there's been things that people say, man, I ain't like when you did that. I ain't like when you did this, you did that. You know what I mean? Right. Thank you, Carla. That's how I see it. Right, right. And that's why I appreciate you. Because again, you bringing that sense of humor that I need. Right. That's what they need to do. They need to and if they're not there, they're not there. I mean, I enjoy speaking to you, about various different things. And like I said, I'm appreciating this now because when the chat start to get flooded and cluttered, we already have that rapport that we need. So now I don't have to worry about you having to really wanting to ask me certain things or tell me certain things. You could really, do your moderation situation. And that's what I need and that's what I appreciate at the end of the day. And another thing I want to stress and say to anybody that's watching this, gonna watch this, the playback, anybody that may tune in and chime in while I'm still live. I know a lot of people worry about their platforms being monetized. For me, that's gonna come in God's time. For now, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. That's the bottom line. When that happens, I gotta be ready to embrace that. However, that's gonna be a bigger responsibility. So now I gotta be willing to be more responsible. I gotta deal with you on a different level. I gotta deal with Frank on a different level. And anybody that I'm gonna give a rinse to, I gotta be willing to deal with them on a different level. Why? Because now that I'm at another level, I got to bring people up with me. That's just life. That's not me. That's not me making up rules. That's just life. So I have a business and I have employees, and my business do better. I gotta upgrade their pay. I gotta upgrade their uniforms. I gotta upgrade whatever that is. I gotta give them vacation time. That's just life. That's not me. That's just life. And I'm glad that I'm at a point in the process where I understand that better and I understand that wholeheartedly. That's just life. Also, I'm thankful that I have people like yourself that I'm building a rapport and I'm building trust with. You know what I mean? And that because trust that take time. That take time. So I'm thankful for that. And this is how God has it right now. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for that. And when it do be 100 people, 1,000 people, I'm not gonna be overwhelmed with that because I'm gonna always have content. How come? Because for one, I'm speaking from my spirit and my soul. So I'm never gonna run out of content because I have a good soul. I have a good spirit. So as long as my spirit and my soul is aligned with God, I ain't gotta worry about nothing else. But now my spirit, my soul not aligned with God, I'm gonna have problems. Because now it's going back to what I put in the caption about the negativity and the drama again. And I ain't with that. I don't have time for that. And again, those who do, that's on them. I'm not mad at them. I'm not here to persecute nobody, nothing. And I say that, and I'm going to say it every live stream because people like to spin things and say, well, he could be talking about. I have no malice, no ill will toward anybody in the world, let alone on the internet. Nobody at all. And if anybody thinks so or believes it so, that I'm trying to indirectly say anything, I'm not here to do that. And if anybody believes that, from the bottom of my spirit and my soul, I deeply apologize because that's not my intention at all. At all. Thanks. That means so much to me. Appreciate who you are thus far. Well, again, I mean, I've been through a lot, Carla, so I have to be ready to embrace things that come with life. You know what I mean? Because I'm learning in life, like I said, with more responsibility, you have to give more responsibility. So the more my platform grow, I'm gonna have to say, Carla, you might not have an email, but email me. I'm gonna need certain information from you. So when my platform grow up, I say, you know what, Carla, I want to do blah blah for you. Because you helping me out by being a moderator. Now my channel is monetized. I want to do this for you. Every 2 weeks, Carla. When YouTube look out for me, I want to look out for you. I want to give you $100 every 2 weeks, or I want to give you some gift cards or whatever I want to do. That's life. That's not me. That's just life, and I'm understanding that. I'm understanding that. So that's why I told you it's going to be things when my platform do grow, then I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a PO box. Like I said, people that got their own businesses. I'm gonna say, Carla. And again, I want to start with my people that have riches, my moderators, you, Frank, and other people that. And again, it's about, I'm gonna say 3 to 4 more people. It's gonna be more down the road, but 3 to 4 more people that haven't checked in on my live stream yet. When they do, I'm gonna let them know. Look, glad you checked in. I got a wrench for you. And now I'm gonna get them a wrench at the end of the day. And when I get them a wrench, now they're gonna know, okay, all right, you gave me a wrench. So now my platform grow. I could reach out to you. I could reach out to them and say, look, I'm working on doing this, and this. You know what? Anybody that's an entrepreneur that got their own business, hey, go to PO box, send me, get whatever their products are, whatever they doing, as far as their business, I'm helping support their business. And if they don't got no products, they got business cards. I come to my platform. I'm gonna say this is their business, this was state they in, this was city in. Check them out. This their number. This such and such. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. And I'm not gonna only do it for my moderators. I'm gonna do it so if my moderators get something, ooh, excuse me, if my moderators get something going on, they know they can say, you know what? I go to my boyfriend and say he'll help me promote this. You know what I mean? Or they going through something with a family member. They say, you know what, yo, my boyfriend say he got a healing experience. You know what? I'm a moderator, yo, and it's like that. Instead, okay, like you know what? I know I have what I have in reference to people. I say I got one free healing experience. Okay, for my moderators, it's like, yo, y'all could just reach out. And if I need to set up that Zoom call with one of my moderators and a family member, I got you. Cool. Because now you're helping me. So now I could send that love back. I could send that love back. Like, yo, what you be reading? Okay, you say you be taking Black Seed, or you send me a bottle. Let me see what that's about. You know what? You're right. Yo, email me and I send it to a PO box. Now it's the little things, man. It's the little things that count. But we always looking for the bigger picture things at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's like being in a relationship sometimes. Like you don't always got to say, okay, if it's Valentine's Day coming up, I'm gonna use that. So just because Valentine's Day coming up, if you a dude, you ain't got to. You can tell your woman, look, it's not that I don't want to get you. Now I'm saying I don't. You more important to me than one day. But you know what? I'm willing to get you this just because I care about you on this level. Now that other person got to be willing to reciprocate that. Vice versa. It's like, okay, yo, we've been together for X amount of time. Yo, I just believe because we've been together. Let's go sit down and have a meal together and just talk. You know what I mean? That's it. Like everything don't always got to be based off the society. It could be based off, you know, you and that person. It's like I said in one of my songs. It's time for us to create our own tradition. You know what I mean? Let's explore the world. Let's come up missing. Like that's what it's about. It ain't about the world says it's Valentine's Day, or the world says it's the 4th of July, the world says it's Thanksgiving, or the world says it's Christmas. Like, you know what I mean? I want to be situated where I could give my children or my moms or my family members or people that help me in life gifts because they earned the gift. You know what I mean? They hand call for that gift. It don't got to be Christmas to say, yo, hey, go a gift. Or it don't got to be their birthday. Like, it's not always the big. Right. That's what I'm saying. The allergies are starting to mess with me a little bit. But yeah, that's my point. At the end of the day, it's like like I said before, I focus on doing things that come natural instead of normal because we all normally get up, go to work, be there for our families. It ain't nothing wrong with that, but we got to get back to natural. We got to get back to natural way of living, natural resources, naturally talking to one another, naturally dealing with each other. Not if you're a man, you're dealing with a woman based off only sheerly her looks and her body parts. Vice versa, if it's a woman, you ain't gonna just deal with a man based off, his social status or his resources or what type of vehicle he got or etc. It's like, nah, like you just naturally dealing with the person because naturally y'all spirit and soul connect on a different level. So even if you that woman, it's like, yo, my soul connect with this person, my spirit connect. Yeah, I don't even want to be involved with this person sexually. I mean, I ain't gonna have no sex at all with nobody, but I don't even want to be involved sexually. I just like the spiritual connection I got with this person. I like the soul tie I got with this person. You know what I mean? Like we got to get back to that because before we if you're a man, before you really got with a woman, it was natural things that connected you to somebody. Like when we was all kids in public school, You could write a note to their girl, say I like you, and she'd be like I like you, and now y'all be in school every day. You'll be like, yo, y'all go to lunch, y'all sit at the same lunch table, y'all probably hold hands on the table, but y'all ain't thinking about having sex. That because y'all had a certain connection. But now the way life is, or if you ain't having sex, or a girl ain't worth nothing, or a man ain't worth nothing, or if a man can't buy you this, he ain't worth nothing, or a woman can't do this, she ain't worth. We gotta get away from that. We gotta get away from that. What you could do for yourself to get the best version of yourself. That's what's going on. And the better you do for you and the better version you get out of yourself, I guarantee, again, because being Dr. Right, direct results, God gonna shed light on that and that other person, and that could be your mother, that could be your brother, that could be your son, that could be your daughter, that could be your husband, that could be your wife, that could be your spouse, etc., etc. That could be a co-worker, that could be your business, whatever. It's gonna flourish because God is gonna shed light on it. That's how that works. But when we just normally do things and we take the natural away from it, that's why it end up being the way it is. So I like to focus on the natural things so things can naturally transpire, things can naturally happen at the end of the day. But we don't want things to naturally, organically happen. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying about the negativity and the drama at the end of the day. When we was going to school, we would. It wasn't that we was tired of school. Sometimes we went to sleep because education bored us. It wasn't. We knew we needed it. It's like when we was younger, our grandparents or the people older than us gave us things that was healthy for us. Be like, it's nasty, but it's healthy for you. We didn't want it because of the taste. You know what I mean? We didn't even care that it was healthy. It was like it tastes nasty, but that's the point. That's why it tastes nasty because it's healthy for you. It's like education. Of course, it's going to bore you, but it's the right thing for you. It's the correct food that you need. It's the correct information that you need. It's the correct guidance that you need. It's the correct preparation that you need. So of course it's gonna get you tired. Of course you ain't gonna want to sit there on in school or on the internet, or you ain't gonna want to, complete certain courses in school or in college because it's boring. I get that. But so to sit there and do negativity, people be doing that for hours, not just on the internet, in life. People go to work and they be having their whole lunch break, they talking about their coworker, or their whole lunch break, they talking about somebody else, or the whole time at the job, they doing their job, but they still with their coworkers talking about another coworker. It's like, people go to school, they talking about other people in the school. Like, come on, like we've been doing this forever. So at the end of the day, it's like, come on, like we got to work on other things. Entertainment is not wrong with entertainment, but that has superseded education. Like Channel 13, that's paid for by people, PBS, a public broadcasting station, right? They show no commercials when they programs is running because they don't want you to be distracted by nothing but that program. That's all they want to be on your mind is that program. So they don't show commercials. I respect that. And it's a free network. Channel 13, a lot of people don't watch Channel 13 like that. And it's Channel 13 in other areas. It might not be that channel, maybe another channel, but I'm saying whoever know PBS, that look what that station has been doing for years. It's free and it's for the public. And a lot of people don't tune into that because it's not drama filled, it's education. So people turn away from that because it's boredom. And boredom kicks in because it's a certain aspect of our brain that turns off because we're not entertained. And when we're not entertained, it's a certain part of our brain that get deactivated. See, that's what I mean by doing studying and doing homework. It's a certain part of our brain. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's still around. Yeah, it's still around. I'm just saying, in the area that I'm in, it's Channel 13. In certain other areas, it may be another different network, call it. But where the areas I'm in is Channel 13. Yeah, it's still around. But I'm just saying, when we don't get entertainment to the brain, it's a certain part of the brain that get deactivated from that. You know what I mean? It's a certain part of our brain that get deactivated when we're not entertained. Like I said, it's not just that we older. I'm saying in life, because I don't want nobody to think I'm just talking about the end. I'm saying in life. When we was younger and we went to school and we wasn't tired, but we went to sleep in school because it wasn't entertainment. So our brain got deactivated. I never seen nobody go to sleep during gym because it was an activity and entertainment at the end of the day. That's why. So let's think about education, how when your brain get deactivated because it's a certain part of our brain that's not entertained, it get deactivated. It's like a certain part of our, our bodies get deactivated or desensitized when it comes to sugar and all of that. Like if something ain't sugar, it's like, we don't want that. If it ain't got salt over certain season, we don't want that. It's like that. It's like I said, when we was younger, we got things that was healthy, but it was nasty. We ain't went, oh, that's nasty. I don't want that. It's like your grandma would say, take this castor oil, it'll help you use the bathroom. I don't want to use the bathroom. I don't want that. It's nasty. It's like that. It's like, but it's healthy though, at the end of the day. Like what you gonna go with your taste buds or your health? You know what I mean? It's like that. So at the end of the day, entertainment has superseded education. So that's why drama is so high. Because every time you turn on a TV show, it's like what they into drama, what they into negativity. 7 times out of 10, not 8 or 9. That's high. No, but 7 times out of 10, if you're watching a movie, it's drama filled. Or if you're watching a sitcom, it's drama filled. Or it's negativity. You barely get to see things. I'll say 3 times out of 10 that is educational. Like, you know what I mean? Like you turn on like when I came up and I was younger, it was a problem to show a woman in a bikini on TV. That was an issue. That like negativity is like, hold on, you just can't show a woman like that. Like, hold on, like, whoa, you just like to say ass on TV was a problem. Like I'm coming up, I say dag, I get into trouble. It sound like damn. Like, hold on, I know you ain't just say damn. Like, and I would say dag. You can't say that. What you mean? What you said? You said damn? No, I said dag. It's like that. So it's like entertainment has superseded education, and people are comfortable with that. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, even with the music, it's like people would say, okay, dudes will say they they don't want, or they're not. I ain't gonna say they don't want. They strongly disagree if a rapper says something directly to them, what they would do to them with the guns or with the knives or with the gang banging. But when a rapper says it towards somebody else, they comfortable with that. The same thing with certain women when rappers are saying you H or you B. Oh, he ain't really saying it to me, but it's the fact that he's saying it. Look at that for a minute. Let's just weigh it. I'm not saying it shouldn't be said, but we need to be thinking about we need to be thinking about why is it being said? What has that person been exposed to for that to be said? They had to be exposed to something for that to be said at the end of the day. Like, so when you start getting exposed to more education and more positivity, you start to get desensitized to the drama and the negativity. And that's just where I'm at in my life. Like at the end of the day, like people could always tell me things about me. I'm not gonna tell nobody nothing about them. I'm not gonna do that because I don't know them like they do. Even if they allow me to get to know them, I still don't know them better than they know themselves. So people got to start spending more time with themselves. Stop worrying about spending time in their phone. Stop worrying about spending time in the mirror. Stop worrying about spending time in worrying about your clothes. Like as long as you got clothes, you good. In the winter, you got enough clothes to be warm. In the summer, you got enough clothes not to be hot. That's what's relevant. Everything has a name. Some names are just more known than others. Now that's a fact. Every clothes has a name. Some names are just more popular than others. That's it. That's it. But we do things to fit in. We do things to be popular. We do things to be known. That's why on my community tab, I be asking people, well, okay, pick one. Fame, success, or I be doing things like that just to see how many people gonna chime in on that. And it's like, dang, I got like 4 people to really respond to this. Wow, okay, no problem. I'm not mad. I, I'm impressed with not being impressed. I'm impressed with the fact that nobody's literally paying attention to this. But let me get up there and say, yo, this singer said this about that singer. I get 60 people to respond to that because it's like, see, that's my point. Or this person said this about that person. People going to, yeah, I heard about that. I don't really like this person anyway. Now they're gonna say something back. It's like, whoa. But I asked, what's more important, your eyes or your ears? I got like 3 people to respond to that though. You know what I'm saying? Like what's more important, your brain or your heart? I got like two people to respond to that. But if I say, this person said that about that person, I'm giving y'all this tea. Everybody want that tea though. Everybody on my channel now, everybody on my platform, or everybody want to call my phone, or everybody want to sit with me at work, or everybody want to get to know me better. Hey, nah, that ain't about nothing. That ain't about nothing. Education is about something. Knowledge is infinite. Drama not. Negativity not. Positivity keep going. You could keep being positive. How long you gonna keep being negative? It's gonna be a repercussion. How long you gonna keep spreading drama? Something gonna happen. But again, we don't look at it on that level. We looking at it like, I could do what I want. That's a fact. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. However, I'm more of now focusing on being the best version of myself and allowing God for me to be who I need to be in God's sight. That's what I'm paying attention to. I ain't paying attention to nothing else but that. And like I said, if it so happened that my kids don't think I love them or they don't think I'm there for them, they thought things prior to me getting on this level that I'm on. Family members thought things prior to me being on this level that I'm on. Co-workers thought things prior to me being on this level that I'm on, etc., etc., etc. So what should change? Nothing. Things should get better. And when you say change, people look at you funny because like, I'm not going to change for you. It's like I said, we make excuses for who we like and what we like. So if somebody likes somebody else, they're going to come up with every reason why they're going to support that person. Even if somebody could show somebody 100,000 things wrong with a certain particular food, if they like that food, they still gonna eat it no matter what. Somebody can say, this food right here, if you keep eating this for the next 3 months, you can have a heart attack. They like it. They ain't gonna stop eating it. Even if you can prove to them they're gonna get a heart attack. I'm not gonna even use people. I'm gonna just use things now. Because if you use people, somebody may think I'm talking about it, or somebody may take it some type of way. So I'm gonna use food. So if you say, you keep drinking this can happen to you. You could get diabetes. If they like it, they ain't gonna stop drinking it. Even if you could prove to them they're gonna get diabetes, they don't care. Because it's education. Nobody want to do the education. Nobody want to do the research and the homework. It's hard to do that. It's hard to do that. But it's easy to just, whatever. I ain't worried about that. You trying to tell me how to live my life. I'm not trying to do that at all. I'm helping you to live your life easier and better. That's what I'm doing. But I'm not telling you how to live your life. I would never do that because I wouldn't want somebody to tell me how to live my life. I want somebody to help me to live better. That would help. I would appreciate that. But to tell me how to live better, no. Show me how to live better. I appreciate it. But don't tell me that. Be like, look, this is how you could live better. Show me that. Look, you do this. Show me the way. Don't. That's why actions speak louder than words at the end of the day. So people like to feed off of that. People really like to feed into and off of that. Someone else's pain, someone else's problems, because it's easier to ignore their pain and their problems. I know I got my own pain. I know I got my own problems. So why am I focused on somebody else's pain and problems? It just so happened my pain or my problems could coexist with somebody else and they could get something out of it. Bless them for that. And bless me for sharing my pain and or my problems, and it can help them become a better version of themselves. Bless them for that. And if it can't, it still bless them. But that don't mean that nothing, it don't mean nothing else but that. Be the best version of you. That's what's important to me. That's why I did this live tonight. I want people to be the best version of themselves. I want people to become a better version of themselves. People ask me how I'm doing. I'm wiser than I was yesterday because the things I did yesterday, I'm not going to do moving forward. Today is tomorrow. People should have feared yesterday. I'm gonna say it again. Today is tomorrow. People should have feared yesterday. It's like that. It's like people have to understand things. You know what I mean? And also, I want to say this. I understand that sometimes my lives be an hour or 2 hours away. I'm not even worried about none of that no more. What I'm worried about is it's going to be information and education all throughout my lives now. So now, if you really going to pay attention to my live stream from beginning to end, that's why I said in the beginning of this live, when I first got in the first 10 minutes, if an hour's too much of your time, give me 20 minutes and then come back and do another 20 minutes. Or give me 10 minutes, then come back, give me another 10 minutes. Like, leave it where it is and then watch a little bit more, then a little bit more. Then you ain't gotta sit there. People believe if a video is 5 hours, you gotta sit there through the whole. No, it's like a movie sometimes. Like you may, man, I can't watch this whole movie. Okay, watch up to a certain point. But I'm learning, like I said, when we like what we like, we always make excuses and references for that. It don't matter. Whatever we like, we like. So when we like something, we gonna go all out to deal with it. It don't matter. That's just how it works. So I'm learning that that's why I have no issue with anything because I'm not too good for anything. I'm willing to learn on every different significant level at the end of the day though. That's just how that works. Well, on a certain level, not all of them. The ones that do, and it's like a handful. It's not a lot. It's like maybe, I'm not saying this is the accurate numbers, Carla, but I'm just throwing a number out there. Maybe out of 30 family members, maybe four of them have, and I'm thankful for that. So for the other 25 or 26, that's not no problem, no problem. But I can certify this: who they becoming, I'm appreciative of that. It don't matter if they becoming a worse version of themselves or a better version of themselves, because I'm not God. I'm not here to judge them. I just know I got to be the best version of myself, and I got to become the person that God see me becoming at the end of the day. Because they don't know, and I don't know when they may need me or I may need them. That See again, that's not me. That's life. But when people look at it any other way, it's life. You have to accept that. People don't accept life. Nah. You ask the question. Nothing to me is personal except for the fact if somebody don't want me to accept the Most High or Allah or the Elohim or Yahweh or Yahshua or God, etc., etc. That anything else ain't personal to me. People can ask me whatever they want. I don't look at it like other people. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? You may be asking me because one day down the line, who knows? I may have a live stream and a family member may kick in and say something. You may say, "Well, I've been talking to him. I mean, he been saying this and that. Maybe you need to talk to him. Maybe you could convince an uncle, a aunt, a cousin, a kid, a coworker, or somebody I used to go to school with. Maybe you could talk to them so me and that person could talk." I, I think like that. I don't think like, well, you know, nobody's never. Nah, like that's what I mean by negativity. Like I'm looking to erase that as much as I can. Nothing's personal. Everything, everything is for betterment, productivity, and positivity, or business. And that's why we struggle. You know what I mean? Because everything is personal, nothing is business. Everybody else could do business except for us. Everybody handle their business except for us. We don't. That's another thing. We don't like to handle business. But when it comes to somebody else's business, we quick to speak about it or we quick to handle it. Meaning, like we comfortable with working for somebody else that don't look like us. That's why. See, see how you asked me that about certain family members. See, I'm going through a situation right now because I love when people tell me I don't have to listen to you. I agree with that. The discrepancy kicks in. Why you listening to anybody? I only listen to God. So now I have an issue because if you listening to somebody else, then you telling me you ain't listening to me. Why you rebelling against me? Rebel against everything. So instead of me rebelling against everything, I just listen to God. So I could coexist with everything. That's why I always say what I always say, Carla. I need my spirit and my soul to be connected to the universe. I mean to God, so God can open up the universe. I need my spirit and my soul to be connected to God, so God can open up the universe. So at the end of the day, I could be connected to any and everything. It's like with those people going through that where they had them earthquakes at. See, now that they going through that, they saying it's not about how nobody look. It's not about creed or it's not about gender or genre or color because they need help. See that's why I like for my spirit and my soul to be connected. So I wouldn't have an issue with helping these people. You see what I'm saying? But they may have an issue with helping my people because again, people's spirit and soul ain't connected to nothing. So when your spirit is so, it ain't nothing. I'll help anybody. Reference to your life. Nah, nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. It's just again, I'm doing that in the title because I do a lot of studying and I do a lot of research in all walks of life and in all walks of life, not just on the internet, at jobs, with sports, with fashion, with movies, with music, with any walk of life, people tend to lean into and on negativity and drama. Like that you know what I'm saying? Like I know people that been at a job for 10 years and they don't get along with coworkers and they've been working there for 10 years and for 3 years out of 10 they've been talking about their coworker instead of talking to their coworker. And that coworker, something happened to that coworker. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, I don't care. He don't work here no more. She don't work here no more. I don't care. It's like, whoa, but okay, what about when you leave the room? Somebody feel like that about you. You got a family to feed. You got kids or somebody to be there for, a mother to be there for, a father, etc., etc. Like, look at it in that regard. Look at it in that light. Because like I said, I used to be like that. Like I had a discrepancy with certain family members, and me and another family member had a discrepancy with that particular family member. So when that family member left, me and that family member, I stuck around just to talk about that family member with the other family member. After that family member left, it's like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. If I can't talk to that family member, I'm definitely not gonna talk to the other family member about that family member. I'm gonna tell that family member, yo, you have a good day. I'm gonna holler at you. They be like, yo, hold on, I thought you had an issue with so and so. Nah, no, I don't. If I can't talk to them, I ain't gonna talk about them. You be good though. I love you. I'm gone. That's it. And I had to stop speaking to certain family members because again, it's like say if I didn't speak to a family member in 2 years, and I say, yo, I just want to reach out to you, such so and so, happy birthday. And like, oh yeah, that's good. Thanks for reaching out. Such and such came to my house. They still do this, and it's like, whoa, I just wanted to wish you happy birthday. I'm not mad that you telling me because we family, but that's why I haven't spoke to you in 2 years or 3 months or 4 hours or what, because I ain't into that. Like you get with that person and say, yo, I'm saying, yo, you need to stop doing this, or don't come to my house if you're gonna do this. Instead of us being on Facebook, for example, it's like I can't speak to cousin so and so, I'm gonna block them. I can't speak to aunt so and so, uncle so and so, I'm gonna block them. It's like that's the easy way out. That's the easy way out. That's the easy route out. It's easy to do that. It's hard to sit down. I'm gonna keep saying this to the day that the Most High call me home. It's hard to have an unorthodox and an awkward conversation and to be open and honest. It's hard to do that. It's hard to do that. I'm learning how to do that. It's not easy for me to do it. It's not easy for me to explain to one of my children how they was conceived. But I had to do that. That's how that go. I can't look at my daughter and be like, yo, you a bad person, Dad. You're right. Now, okay. What you saying that you wouldn't be here. What you saying that you wouldn't even be here then. Think about it. You're right. I'm a bad person, but now think about it. If I was even a better person, you wouldn't even be here. Think about that. And they'd be like, I ain't think about it like that. I know. Because you're so busy wanting to attack me, or you're so busy wanting to attack the circumstances and the situation. Because that's what we used to and accustomed to doing. That's what's normal. That's why I want to go back to natural. When you go back to natural, you get out of the normal habits that people take on every day. So I want to do natural things. I don't want to do the normal no more, because the normal, I see where it's gotten me. The normal entertainment where it's gotten me. I see what's going on with that. People normally used to speak about such and such and such and such. I don't want to do that. They get me nowhere. So even if I can't speak to a family member, I don't have nothing to say to them that I won't say to them directly. So I'm just not going to say anything. I have siblings that I don't deal with, but I deal with all of them and don't indulge with. Exactly. I'm just saying, for me, like, I have tons of people in life, family included, that I don't speak to. However, I don't speak about them though. And the things that I'm willing to speak about them, I already spoke to them about it. So now I'm not talking about them. Let me go there too. So if I had a discrepancy with a cousin, I'm gonna just say a cousin. I'm not gonna even, that's it. So say if I had a discrepancy with a cousin, how I see things with that cousin, I've told that cousin though. I didn't tell another cousin. They went back and said, cousin such and such said such. I told that cousin. So even if me and that cousin now end up being in the room together and the aunt may say, why y'all not talking? I'll be like, but auntie or uncle, but I told cousin why we not talking. Now, if me and that cousin want to tell you why we not talking, I'm gonna let them talk first. I'm gonna sit here and be quiet. You can't ask me nothing. I'm gonna let them tell you their rendition. I'm gonna tell you my rendition. And now I pray that you surmise that it's their side, my side, and then the truth. That's it. because I'm not gonna go back and forth and say, well, that didn't happen. They're gonna say, well, that didn't happen. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. It's the same way with kids. When you have a kid with somebody, one person's gonna say, well, that's not true. Another person goes, so let's have that awkward, unorthodox conversation. And you got to give up honest, truthful things that you don't want to share with yourself or that kid, just like I do. I know it's gonna be awkward. It may hurt. So if it's truly about that kid or that family member or that circumstance or that situation, let's do it. If it's not, just leave it alone. I don't want to do selective things. I don't want to have selective memory. Like I know that people that I've dealt with, I've done bad things to them throughout my lifetime, vice versa. So I'm not gonna just have selective memory and let them say the bad things I've done, then I bring up the things they've done. I didn't do that, or why would he say that? Or that's not true. I ain't gonna do that. So we can't sit down and have an awkward, unorthodox conversation. I don't want to talk about nothing because it's easier now. Now I don't have to worry about it, and they ain't got to worry about it. But I'm not going to do selective things. I'm not going to say, "Well, remember back in 1989? Remember back in '96? You said this." It's like, okay, yeah, I did do that. Yeah, I did say that because that's where I'm at in my life now. I'm willing to lay down and accept the things that I know I shouldn't have did. I know I shouldn't have said. I'm with that. But now when it comes back for it go to be like that for that other person, they ain't gonna want to do that. So that's why drama and negativity don't work for me no more. Positivity, information, and education is gonna work for me now. That's why so many people are aggravated, disgruntled, and upset because it's things that they haven't admitted to themselves yet that have nothing to do with nobody else. Period. And they could have had 600 kids by this person. They could have been working at a company for 20 years. They could have been whatever for X amount of time out their life, but they still ain't accept that thing yet in their life. So since they haven't accepted that, they're not ready to go through that crossroads yet. And I ain't with that no more. Like I don't have time for that no more because I'm gonna say it again. Because it's gonna be a point in time in life where somebody in my life that I was around gonna say, "Oh, well, he got all his videos speaking on his podcast. I remember he did this to me." And it's like, yeah, I did do that. Okay, but what about the time you did that to me? Don't tell me, well, that's different. No, I did something new, you did something to me. Hey, I hurt you at one point, you hurt me at one point. It don't matter if I hurt you first, you hurt me second, or I hurt you first and you hurt me. It don't matter. Like we got to get out of that too. Like no, like you hurt me, I hurt you. Like that's it. We both hurt each other. People like to do that too. Well, you hurt me back in '89, so I got you back in '93. It's like man, we hurt each other. Like that. That's the reality of the circumstances in the situation. But we don't like to do that. We're like, you hurt me, so you. That's why I did this. Really? Come on, like nah. But we do that a lot. We do that. We like to justify things because we still hurt. And I get that. I've been hurt. So I used to do things like that because I was hurt. So I did something, and now it's supposed to be the justification for what I did because I was hurt. Does that make it right? No. It's just the justification that I seen fit. But that don't make it right. But we get into that a lot. Like so somebody did something to us. So now we do something back later. Like, and now that's supposed to be justified because they did something to us. Like I said, I'm not running from that justification, but do that make it correct? No. That's just the justification that you seen fit at the end of the day. That's how that goes. So it's like with relationships. If a woman say, "Well, you cheated on me, that's why I cheated on you," it's like, come on, really? It's just like a dude to say, "Well, you cheated on me, that's why I cheated on you," or you know what I'm saying? I had sex with your cousin because she was always over here all the time. You went to show. Nah. You did that because that's what you decided to do. That's it. Don't involve nobody else in what you decided to do. It don't matter if you felt like they could have spent more time with you, or they could have talked to you better, or they could have spent more money on you. Whatever you're gonna say, you still responsible for what you did. Why you think I'm holding myself accountable? I'm not gonna blame or bring anybody else into it. But I know that that's awkward. I know that's unorthodox. That's why I said it's time to have awkward and unorthodox conversations. That's what it's time to do. Anything else is irrelevant now because look where we at in life. People dying, people getting sick, people don't got nowhere to live, people don't got no money. So it's time to have awkward and unorthodox conversations. Anything else ain't gonna work no more. It just ain't gonna work because if you got a family member that's on hard times and you know just as well as that family member, and that family member like, damn, this is the only person I got. I really ain't got nowhere else to go, but I need them, and I know they ain't gonna let me stay there. Since that family member already know that, and you kind of know that, and that person already know that, just be real and be like, yo, it's not that I don't want you to stay here. Tell them it don't matter how they're going to perceive it. That's what I don't want you to be here because I'm comfortable being on my own. Or I don't want you to be here because whatever those reasons are, let them know that. But don't allow somebody to do something because you need them now. And it's like, oh, well, I know I said this, but I do need the help. I do need help with my rent. I do need help with my gas bill. So I dealt with it. Nah, what are you talking about? No, no, no. That's why it doesn't work. That because you're only thinking about you. You got to think about circumstances and the situation. So if you need help with that gas bill, you got to tell that person, I really want you here because I need help with my bills. And I know if I'm on my own or I'm not gonna be able to trust Joe Blow or Jane Doe. I trust you. Even though I don't get along with you, I still trust you. So that's why I got you here. So please, if you're gonna be here, I need you to do this, and this. Are you willing to do that? If not, nah, I'm gonna just have to try. I'm gonna have to try to find a way to make it work some other way then. That's it. But don't have somebody move in with you knowing you really need them to pay a bill and you don't want to tell them that and they really need somewhere to be and they're like, yo, I got this amount of money now, you're using them for that, and they just use you for your residency and you're using them to pay a bill. People do things like that. We gotta get out of that. We gotta say, you know what? I don't got this. I don't got that. I really need your help. But I really sincerely need you to help me. I don't want you to help me just because you feel bad for me. I really sincerely need your help. And I don't know. I may need your help for if God bless me for 10 years. I don't know. I may need your help for 10 minutes. I may need your help for 10 months, for 10 hours. I don't know that. So I can't put a time limit on how long I may need your help. And now it's up to that person to say, you know what? Yeah, I can help you for as long as God allowed me to help you, or I only can help you for a month. Now it's up to that person to decide that. Now it's like, all right, you only got me for a month, now I'm good. You only got me for a year, all right, I'm gonna see how things work out within that year time. But we don't do that. We put other things on people, so we gotta learn awkward and unorthodox. I mean, that's what's going on, man. That's what's going on. But to sit there and to speak about somebody else because they speaking about you, to me, you should be happy because you really know where you stand in that person's life and you thank them and say, you know what? I apologize that you seen me in that regard, in that light. I'll make sure that I never have to cross paths with you on that level ever again. I apologize. Have a blessed life or good day or whatever. I'm gone. But to get around other people or to go somewhere and say, Joe Blow, they said this, and this about me. You don't know what that person that you telling things that they said about you, what they may say about you. And that could be somebody you trust and or believe in or you love. You don't know what they gonna do, what they gonna say. You don't know that. So why risk that too? Or why risk telling them something about that other person that you don't know? They may go back to the other person and say something. So if you just keep it positive and you just keep it educational, keep it moving and do what's smart for you and get the best version of yourself out of the situation, excuse me, and get the best version out of your situation for you, that's it. You ain't got to worry about nobody else saying nothing. It's like I said, it's people that I used to speak to that I don't speak to, and I seen other people that told me, "Yeah, I seen such and such." Man, they told me such and such. Well, how you been? You all right? I don't even say why. Why you telling me that? I tell them the people that's telling me what somebody else told them pertaining to me. I'll say, you know what? How you been? You all right? God bless you and your family. You have a good one. You know what? Yeah, I'm kind of in a rush, man. Good to see you though. I got to go. And now they psychologically messed up. Like, oh, I thought he was going to yell, scream. I thought he was going to be like, well, they said this. Well, I remember. Nah, I got to go. Have a good one, though. Bless you and your family. Don't even give it the stamina back. Because like I said, there's been people that haven't this 2023, there haven't been people who I haven't spoke to since maybe 2010, 2008 or whatever year. Now I may see them going somewhere. I may be doing something. I ain't seen you in a minute. How you been? Yo, I'm good. How you been? I'm good. Okay, well, I seen such and such. They told me such and such. Oh, they did? All right. Well, how you been? You all right? How you been? You good? You taking care of yourself? And I don't even say back in response to what they telling me that somebody told them. I ask them about them. I'd be like, well, all right, well, that's cool. Yo, how you been? You all right? How you feeling? How God treating you? How's life treating you? Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. You say you heard what I said? I'd be like, yeah, I heard you say I'm saying, but how you doing? I don't even tell the person that I'm on a different vibe no more. I don't even say, yo, I ain't even into that no more. I just take care of yourself. I gotta go. Because once they start that, I gotta go. But instead of me saying, I remember such, nah. I don't even need that in my life no more. Since I don't need it in my life, I ignore it. I just keep it moving. That's it. Like I gotta go. Like I don't have time to do that no more. Like I got other things I got to do. So I'm not gonna sit here and worry about negativity coming my way and drama coming my way. I got other things I gotta be paying attention to at the end of the day. So I'm not gonna sit here and allow something that somebody else is saying pertaining to somebody that a mutual friend or mutual family member. I gotta go. And like I said, I'm not gonna even tell that person, well, you know, well, they said that. Well, I remember. Nah, that's what they said. What they said. You good? You all right? Stay blessed. Have a good one. Glad I seen you. Get where you going safe. That's it. That's it. Anything else is just gonna give me a problem and a headache at the end of the day. And I don't need that. I ain't about that. I ain't gonna send that energy somebody else way because I'm frustrated. There's things that I hear, it's things that I see, it's things that I find out on a daily basis that the old me I would say something about. I would attack. I would go in. I would call another person and say, "Yo, such and such, such and such, what's going on? Why you ain't nothing no more? Nothing." So people not even to really see a response from me no more. They like, "Oh wow, yeah, I see he on a whole nother tip." Yeah, because what is it about? It ain't about nothing. Even if I respond to it, it ain't gonna put no food in my refrigerator. It ain't gonna get me to be where I'm at longer. It ain't gonna put more money in my pocket. It ain't gonna put no clothes on my back. It ain't gonna do nothing for me except for get me aggravated, get me frustrated, and get me stressed out. That's all it's gonna do. Ain't gonna do nothing else for me. So why even feed into it? Just go the other way. That's it. I ain't got to even sweat it no more. I ain't got to be like, well, such and such and such and such. I don't care about that. And I'm not gonna even tell the person that's telling me that. I'm gonna just tell that person, have a good day. I'm glad I seen you. Be safe. Stay blessed. That's it. So I don't have to rub their shoulder the wrong way. Now I end up arguing with them. Because I'm like, why are you telling me that? I don't care about that. You bringing negativity my way. Now I may argue with the person. Like I had that old saying is don't even kill the messenger. So to avoid killing the messenger and to avoid getting at anybody that who have told the messenger anything, have a blessed day. Be good. Yo, I'm happy I seen you. That's it. That's it. Anything else ain't about nothing. And I'm learning that. And I'm thankful that I know that now. And moving forward, that's just the attitude and the vibe that I'm bringing. So that's why I said about negativity and drama is superseded education and positivity. You know what I mean? And that's what's going on. That's what's going on. At the end of the day. You know what I mean? So basically, that's the energy and the element I was on tonight. So whoever, was listening or whoever tuned in and chimed in, I appreciate it. If you can, try to watch the whole video through and through so you get the education, so you get the information, you get what's necessary and due to you. You know what I mean? And for everybody out there, like I said, who has been listening to my music, I appreciate it. Just try to listen to it enough so you get a real understanding. And don't like the music because you like me on my platform. Like it because it's real music and it's feel good music and it make you feel good when you listen to the music. And understand that it's coming from the right place as far as my soul and my spirit. It's connected to the music at the end of the day. And I just want everybody to enjoy the music for them. Not for nothing else and nobody else. You know what I mean? And again, I want to thank everybody who tuned in, who chimed in. I want to thank my moderators for coming through and for supporting my platform, even though it's not monetized yet. I want to thank them for all the work they do in the chat. I want to thank them for their tolerance, for their patience, for coexisting, for everything that they do. You know what I mean? And I just appreciate everybody who has been supporting me and supporting my movement. Like I said, if these live streams are getting longer, it's because I'm understanding about watch time. I'm understanding about how certain things go. So at the end of the day, I'm listening to those who have given me information of what to do on YouTube. I appreciate them and I appreciate that. And the information that give me is not going in vain. And I want to thank every single subscriber that I have. I want to thank everybody that have gotten me subscribers and that have helped me do what I'm doing and help my platform and what I do grow in life with my channel and with my platform. I appreciate that. So at the end of the day, again, salute to everybody that checked in. Thanks to all my moderators and everybody out there. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow night. Again, you check my community tab daily for questions and quotes and support my music. And I will not be uploading any pre-recorded videos until at least my album has been up there. Just my album, all the songs at least been up there for 2 or 3 months. So everybody get enough time to really listen, so I can see how many listens and or streams or views or whatever it has. So therefore I can know what to do when I come out with my next project, and I know the projection of the songs that people was liking or interested in. It's been another live episode of Final Say. I'm your host, the Enlightened One, highly gifted, Dr. Wright. Thanks everybody. Peace, world.